Yeah, I just reacted off that Michael Jackson biopic trailer not
Oh
too long
yeah.
ago. I want to see that. I'm going to see that in April, so I'm definitely gonna
That's
have my
day
ticket.
one. That's day one for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot
yeah,
of
because
people are
I heard.
excited to watch that.
That and Scary Movie 6, those are like day one.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's in June.
okay.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna have
Mm.
my tickets for that. Definitely,
I hate the way
definitely.
they did Shorty's fucking hair in that goddamn movie, bro. That shit bugs the fuck out of me. When I watch the trailer, I'm like, what the fuck,
Which
Shorty?
movie?
Scary Movie
Oh,
6,
Scary Movie 6. Oh, yeah.
Marlon Wayne's character. I'm like, bro, what the fuck did they do to your hair, bro?
Oh
That
yeah,
shit like genuinely bothers me. I'm like, bro,
yeah. It was weird looking. I have to agree with that.
my man
It
looks like
was
Sean
weird.
K. the King in them trailers. No, I'm just playing.
Oh
Oh,
man.
man.
Just
Oh,
Oh,
fucking, yeah, I'm just fucking,
man.
I'm just
That
fucking,
is
just fucking,
wild.
that's wild,
I'm
bro.
fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. I was just laughing. I was like, that's wild.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's wild.
That's good. All right. All right. So we are live. Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your only friend, these YouTube streets, Porter Rock 77. And I'm back with another episode of 60 Frames No Lag. Back with the crew. Gonna chop it up. You know, pretty quiet week. We got two short topics. But GDC's tomorrow. Who knows? I might do an impromptu live with the crew if there's any juicy
Ooh,
stuff comes out. Maybe.
I like
Never
that.
know. Maybe Friday
I'm
might
down.
be 60 Frames No Lag Part 2, depending on how well or it could just be me talking shit on Friday again. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how that turns. But for now, I got the crew here, so we're gonna go through and chat it up. We're gonna kick it off with Chill Will. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Appreciate you for having me, P Rock. Everyone hit that like button, man.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man. How you been doing? How's everything?
Doing all right, dog. Just playing the shit out of Resident Evil. I just need one more trophy and I'll get the platinum. Need to beat on Insanity.
Oh,
Okay.
look at him. Look at
Nice.
him.
Look at you. Look
But
at
yeah,
you. All right.
this
That's what's
fucking
up.
Man,
game's
shout
sick,
out to
dude.
you, man.
As
Shout
you
out to you,
should. As you
man.
should.
You got to be strong.
Awesome. I know
You
you
got to
They
be
happy.
knocked
strong
it out
for
of
that
the park.
platinum, bro.
I know you
You're gonna
happy.
play it, right, P Rock?
You happy as shit. Oh yeah, eventually.
Yeah, this game's a shit.
Hmm.
Like they did a
Oh yeah,
great
you gonna
job.
like it, P Rock. You gonna love it,
Oh
P
yeah.
Rock.
Oh yeah. I play all the Resident Evils. I played them all. They're all awesome.
Oh, then you're gonna
All
love
of them,
every
except for
goddamn
6.
Easter
Except
egg.
6.
Yeah, that one was.
Well, you know,
I don't. I
we don't need to talk about it. I think we all
Yeah,
we all know. I don't
that
think
was
even
pretty
people
bad.
realize. I don't think people even realize there's a 6. That's how bad it was. I
Oh
don't think
man.
people realize like Resident Evil 6. Yeah, it's that bad. That people just.
actually beat that one too.
I beat that
That
one
one I did
too.
beat.
I beat all the Resident Evils, but I don't think that one will ever get remade or if they do remake it, Capcom is going to do a serious overhaul because that was
Yeah,
wild.
for sure.
That was
For
like a
sure.
far departure. That was like a super far departure of Resident Evil. I felt like
It
I
was
was
like a
playing
Michael
Max
Bay
Payne.
movie.
I was like Max
That shit was
Payne.
like
That shit was Max Payne.
it was legit
Oh
like a
man.
big ass Michael Bay movie.
Yo, lots of explosion. I'm like, yo, this game is wild. I know, it was dude bro action all the way through. I was like, yo, sliding mechanic, if I remember correctly. Like,
Yeah,
yo.
and it
Oh
had
yeah.
the Gears of War run too. I'm like, yo, what are
Oh
we
yeah,
doing
and that little, the little from there. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like Gears of Evil, Max Payne edition.
Ain't lying.
Yo, the game was wild. But anyway, glad you're here, man. And we got the voice of Helix now. Is that what we're gonna call you now, Craig?
Yeah,
The voice of
you can
Helix.
call me that. Yeah, I'll cover it for people. I covered it a little bit today on Twitter. So yeah.
All right. The voice of Helix.
Got tired of people emailing me about it. I'm like, look, you don't have to buy this thing. It costs that much. Don't buy it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we don't know much about it. But we'll talk about it a little bit what we do know, what we do think. All right. So how's everything with you, brother?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Won my match. You can actually call me a Super Bowl champion. I beat the Seattle Seahawks with the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
See, this is why he don't. This is why he don't have time for first party games. He's too busy winning Super Bowls over and over. I'm mad at him.
No.
This
Last
is what I'm
first
talking
party game
about.
I beat was last first party game I beat was it Ghost of Yote?
Okay, good.
So,
Because it was woke.
yeah.
That's why.
It was woke. Yeah, if it's
You
woke,
only play woke first party.
exactly. The only thing worth playing.
It's woke
I'm gonna
first
play.
party. All right, it's good to hear you, brother. All right, we got Sean K the King. What's going on,
What's
brother?
going on, P Rock? Man, it's
All
been
right.
good, man. Been very good week, man. I watched the video for that I think he was talking about that that Project Helix. I seen it.
Yeah.
I think like either Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a good topic. That was a good topic.
All
That
right.
was a very good topic, man.
All right, good. Thank you. So now here's the next topic. What platinum level are you at now? How many plats you got?
I got 2092 right now.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
off.
You could subtract. You could subtract 2,000. You still got more plats than me. That's crazy. That's
Same
crazy. That is wild. 2092. Congratulations, man. That is wild.
Appreciate that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So what you rocking now? What games are you rocking now? That's part of your queue.
Oh, that's the question.
right now I got Platinum. I'm gonna try to platinum that over the weekend.
Planet of what?
Planet of Lana 2.
Planet of Lana 2. Okay.
Yeah, I got that. I got the new what that is, the Fatal Frame game that's coming out in a couple of days. I got it early by Koei Tecmo. I got that one.
Hold on, is that a remake?
Yeah, the remake. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a remake.
I remember that on PS2, I think.
Yep. It's a remake. Yeah, it's a remake.
Right.
I got that, and then I got Requiem tomorrow. I got to stream.
Okay, and you got stream. Well, you got a busy time. Good for you, man. Good
Oh
problem
yeah, it's gonna be a
to
very busy week.
All
very
right,
busy.
awesome. We got the brain. You're muted, bro. There you go.
In there.
Hey man, what's going on, everyone?
What's
What's
going
going on, brother? How's everything with you, brother?
Man, I just came out of surgery. I just got home.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's nothing big, but I'm not going to say because it'll be too TMI. But if you know, I may be.
He got a colonoscopy. You that old, bro? Yeah, I know. Yeah, had to get that prostate exam, dog.
You know what? You ain't far off. I'll just say it. I got a vasectomy.
A vasectomy? Oh shit! You got that combat V. That's what we call it in the military. You got the combat V, dog. That's it. You did your tour. You did your tours. That's it. No more. You ain't deploying no more.
Oh man.
My man got the combat V. He's like, I'm done. I'm done serving my country. Congratulations.
Yeah, my balls.
You better ice them shits. Oh, my man got the combat V, man. Good for you, though, man. But it's okay, though. I mean, you did your part. You did your scriptures work.
Yes, I did.
You did enough. You did more enough. At a certain point, you gotta realize you can't have it. You can't wake up one morning and then your wife be like, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and you be like, "What?"
Oh,
not at this age.
Man,
like what?
Man, you ain't lying.
They're like, what?
That's exactly why I did that.
There's no way. You be like, what? At this age? Like, what? Do I look like Joseph to you? Like, we're like, what?
Oh,
You're not at this age. No, dog. I'm too old for that.
Oh man.
I see people in the chat clown on me, man. But
yeah, that's funny. No, don't get there to listen. Every man gets there. Every man gets there. At a certain point, at a certain point, you're like, you know. So it is what it is. But all right, back. All right. But besides that, how you feeling, man? You okay?
Man, the pain in my balls overtake everything.
Did not have that on my bingo card.
Yo, but it's all right. I thought it was a colonoscopy. I'm like, but you wouldn't feel no pain or nothing. But yeah, combat V. Oh yeah, you feeling it? Oh yeah. All right, brother, man.
I gotta talk shit. No, I gotta say this. I gotta talk shit to get my energy levels up. But if y'all see me going back and forth, that's because of I just got in. And the procedure took much longer than what I thought. So and I didn't eat anything yet. So if y'all see me going back and forth,
get that. All right, go right. No doubt, man. No doubt. Obviously.
You had to be NPO. You had to be.
NPO. All right. Oh yeah, because you couldn't eat for a couple hours. I know. All right. Good for you, brother.
Man, I'm trying to think. What's the last? Matter of fact, I didn't eat since 7:00 last night, man. So,
shit! Oh, you starving? He ready? He ready? All right, bro. I'm glad you're here, though, man. I appreciate it. Glad you're here, brother.
You feel better.
All right, we got our own AI model entities here. I still got the free version. Still got the free version.
You gotta pay up sometimes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Can we cut a deal? Can have like
marathon?
an entity, ChatGPT, and Perplexity combo deal or something, man? There's too many subscriptions out there, man. Like, man, I can't keep track of all these subscriptions that I got.
That's funny.
So,
how you doing?
as you know, probably a lot of marathon on both systems, on PlayStation
Yeah.
and on PC.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, there's an interesting Peter Moore interview with Games Business. If anyone's interested.
Recent? Is it recent? Like new today?
Yeah,
or
I think it
something?
was released today or yesterday. So
Okay,
you
I will
know,
look it
we
up.
don't have to check it today. You know, he just goes through his history. We know his history, but
Gotcha.
you know, there's an interesting interview with Peter Moore.
That's not the one where he said he's like not proud of starting the console war, is it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of it earlier.
Yeah. He
not
didn't
proud
say
of it?
no. He
He's
didn't.
not
No,
proud of it,
actually.
yeah.
Of starting
no,
it?
No. He's no. He didn't say he's not proud of it. He said that I think I've started it is something that, you know, oh well, what are the, you know, but it made sense, right? And I think he probably would say that he wants to bring that back. But yeah, I think he's proud of it. From the tone, from what he said,
Shit.
I think he's happy what he
That
has
man,
achieved.
that man tattooed himself for E3. He did not play.
Yeah, I still remember that.
He did not
Was it
play.
Is it Grand
and
Theft Auto?
Halo 3.
Oh, and Halo. Okay.
When he lifted up his arm, boy, that dude did not play. That dude knew how to make Xbox look good. Boy, he did not play. You know what I'm saying? Because he was part of Sega. I don't think a lot of people know that. Peter Moore was part of Sega.
Yeah,
then he went for Sega.
he said it.
Yeah,
That slogan was his. Sega does what Nintendo.
Yeah.
So that was like his slogan.
That dude's a man, bro. That dude is the man.
Also,
That is the original
in the
console
interview-
warlord. Oh shit.
Yeah. There's a snippet of in the original, you know, in this interview, he said that he told the creator of Sonic, "F you," because he was trying to present that Sega needs to evolve for the mature audience, and the Sega guys told him, "We don't believe you," and he's like, "Are you saying that, you know, I'm lying? Tell him to F himself, right?" And the Japanese translator is like, "I'm sorry, sir, you know, there's no word in Japanese that, you know, to F oneself." And he's like, "Okay, I'll pretty much say it myself." And then he went out. So,
Oh, wow.
you know, it's interesting that he was trying to save Sega also.
I bet he did. I
it is
bet
what
he
it
did. He's a competitor, man. He's a competitor. I will say that.
Yeah.
He's a competitor. He wants to win. All right. Good stuff. I'm definitely gonna look out for that. All right. And of course we got Valkyrie.
Hey.
Hey, what's
Hey.
going on? How's life in how's life in Australia?
Well, we had about 86 degrees yesterday, and today it's not.
Okay.
So, welcome to autumn in Australia.
Oh, well, so it was really hot yesterday, and now it's really cold. I really appreciate the Fahrenheit, because see, Extreme here has no respect for his audience. No respect. He's very disrespectful.
Because
He's very disrespectful.
you have to respect Extreme, not the other way around.
Look, oh yeah, exactly. That's it. He's like, I earn respect. I gain respect. I don't give it. All right. That's awesome, man. Okay, anything new for you?
I was playing Darwin's Paradox on PC, the demo on the weekend.
Okay.
With my controller. I hooked up my PlayStation controller to my PC, by the way.
As you should.
Okay.
As you should. As
I
you
will try and
absolutely
record
should.
it, and you people can watch how many times I get splattered.
What?
My thing is, how many times can I get him squished? Not can I pass it.
That's it.
It's pretty cool.
That is awesome. All right, awesome. Good time. All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing up and stuff. We'll see who else shows up here. Maybe Extreme. Usually it's a little cordially late and all that, but I truly appreciate everyone. Before we move on, I first want to address the audience. I want to say thank you very much for rocking out with us. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here rocking with us. I truly appreciate it. You know, everybody in the chat, thank you so much. I hope you get to enjoy the show. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time, welcome to the show. Welcome to 60 Frames No Lag. Welcome to the channel. I hope you stick around. I hope you find this entertaining. If you do find this entertaining, subscribe see more content, see all the future content and podcasts and Friday Night Lives on this channel presents. And everyone, if you can hit the like button and share this out, hit the share button, the little arrow, link it out to your favorite social media apps, wherever they are, so we could get more people on the channel, increase the community. Membership opportunities are available. The link is posted in the chat. But ultimately, what I truly appreciate is you guys just spending time with us and enjoying the show, bringing up topics, talking, interacting with us. That's truly appreciated, right? So I'm going to get to the view activity. We're going to kick it off with D487, $10 super chat. D's just excited. He said, let's go. He's just excited. To him, this is the Super Bowl for him. You know what I'm saying? He says, we got the, best panel in the world. Truly appreciate it, D. Thank you so much for the super chat. We're going to make this real entertaining, man. All right. We got Glassdoor Gamer with the $5. Says PlayStation putting games on PC and then taking them away and having all these PC guys upset might be better marketing than Sean Layden's plan. Yo, the PC gamers are still upset. I mean, it's like 2 weeks now, maybe about 2 weeks, and they're still
say anything about that, but they're furious. I mean,
still. I'm like, yo, get over it. It's over. Move on. The decision's done. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. You guys still talk about it. Now they're in the face of was Sony's fault, and now they're just posting all the reasons why the PC project failed. I'm like, listen, it doesn't matter. Sure, even they come to you, see, Puerto Rico is Sony's fault. I'm like, cool, yes, it is. It's absolutely Sony's fault, and I'm glad they failed. Like, you expect me to defend them? Like, listen, I don't care to defend them, right? Or I don't care to defend. Hey, I'm there with you. Sony screwed up. Good. I'm glad they screwed up. I am happy they screwed up the PC strategy. I am absolutely ecstatic that they screwed up the whole strategy, which didn't increase their margins or done better on PC. Yep, you're right. Cool. But the decision's the same. They're done with it. They moved on.
The interesting thing that is being currently reported by Push Square and other companies, like, PlayStation is being sold out, by their direct store in certain locations in the United States. And they're attributing that to PSSR 2. And I'm thinking, like, how? I don't think that is the case, because what usually, as you said, right, what ended up happening is all of these influences, whatever you want to call it, as soon as Jason Schreier's article, got released, everyone made it the biggest news ever.
Yes.
Right? It is not an official information from PlayStation, but to be honest, I think if PlayStation decided to talk to Jason Schreier and release this information in this way, it could have been a better timing, all right? They had Resident Evil coming up, they had the State of Play, and PSSR was coming up, and wham. Again, it's like, if you don't own a PS5 Pro, what are you doing as a gamer?
Yeah. I know some people say, well, we still haven't got an official word, but I think this has gone way too viral. PlayStation Pull Out PC is just from viral. It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook. It's all over the community. Even it gotten down to the casuals, right? Like, so now it's like literally down to the casual level. Like, this is big now. This is like, everyone knows it now. Everybody knows it's happening. If Sony was not putting away from PC, then this news would have said something by now, because this would impact their, like, let's say if the strategy was still to support CPU single player games, what's happening is impacting their strategy now. There's too much negativity for them to just sit there and let it stew if there was no intention of putting games out of PC. If they were still supporting, saying, hey, ports are coming, they would have said it by now. They would have addressed it. They would have been like, listen, reports are coming, we're no longer porting CP. No, we are still supported PC. We still have, games planned, whatever. They would have said it, because this has gone too big, too viral for them to just completely ignore. It's way too big right now. There's a lot of PC gamers upset, and I'm not just talking about the fanboys. I'm talking just normal consumers that if they still wanted to sell games to them, they have to address them, right? Because now this is making PlayStation look bad, and if the story wasn't true, this is making PlayStation look bad if their intention was not to. If there's no intention to stop making ports to PC, and their plan is no, PC is still part of our strategy, they are looking bad. Like, this gone way out of bounds. This is not like a normal little story thing. It's like viral all over. They would have curb checked it by now. They would have to have said something like, listen, the story Jason Schreier released is not accurate. There was no talks of whatever. We don't know who he reported it to. But as the plans right now, we will remain consistent with our strategy. A simple statement like that. Because they would have to put this out. This is too big. This is actually impacting normal PC gamers, right? Who do buy their games. The ones who do buy their games. And now they're telling them, blah, 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 screw you. I will never do anything with you guys ever again, whatever, whatever. They would have to protect their image now. If PC was still part of their strategy for single player games. But they still haven't said nothing. Nothing. Whatever.
I agree with Entity where that they have not said anything officially. That's where I'm still with it. But everything you just said, P-Rock, made sense. At some point they're going to have a press release, not a press conference or anything like that. And I think they'll address it next month.
Even a tweet, even a tweet, little post, something.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But this is too big to ignore. This is too big to ignore.
And I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. So that's
way
why
too
I'm
big
like,
to ignore.
well, I've never seen so much salt. Like, it's just constant. It's every day they're complaining, they're whining, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's sad at this point. It's really sad.
Yeah. The last time I seen
one thing that really pisses me off with this regarding this thing is, I have my PC friends, right? I have spoken to 3 of them, and they were kind of pissed off with PlayStation. And I'm like, guys, this doesn't make any sense. I asked them 3 questions, right? Did you buy any PlayStation games last year? All of them said no. No, we didn't buy any PlayStation games on PC Steam last year, right? I was like, well, there's your problem number 1. Problem number 2 is rather than blaming PlayStation, you should be technically also blaming Xbox and Steam, because currently the strategy that they're implementing is that Steam is going to release a console or kind of a console PC, and Xbox is going the route of madness. So you have to understand that PlayStation is looking at that and thinking, oh, we have to compete with them, because they were willing to release their games on PC to test it out and how it goes. You guys didn't buy it. Secondly, you're saying, oh, Steam is going to release this console competitor. We're happy to go with. And the third question I ask is, at the end of the day, right, are you willing to buy a PlayStation to play Wolverine? And all of them said yes. Right? And that's your answer.
Well, that's what they want. Yeah, that's what they want. And I think something that got missed in this is something I think Sean Layton said it. I think he just did an interview, or maybe it was an old interview. He said the goal was to get the PC community to buy PlayStations, and they didn't do
that.
That
was his thing. Yeah, when the plan was under him, he said that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
That was on Jay Barry's show. That was on What's Up PlayStation.
Yeah, and then P-Rock, you were on Crossfire, and I think you said something about it. Tamusha said, you know what? That's actually correct. The plan was never to just release everything. It was for we'll release a little bit. Like a friend of mine said, a drug dealer gives you that free taste, then you come back to him. So and some of them did. There's no doubt that some of them did, but not enough to, I guess, move the needle to wherever they wanted it to be. And we'll never know what that number was, but it wasn't enough. So yeah, now I understand. Like I still stand. I'm still going to stand on if it's not true until it comes from whoever. If it's not true until it comes from Sony or a movie studio or anything like that. Like people were speculating about the new Spider-Man movie. It was going to have Daredevil. It was going to have Punisher. That was speculation. Then I believe Sony confirmed that that they're going to be in it. But Daredevil was in the last Spider-Man movie. It was just Matt Murdock. He wasn't dressed up in his suit. But people got to understand, and that was lost, was them. They never wanted to do what they did. They wanted the people to come to them. And I guess it didn't happen, and they're going more with what Nintendo's doing, which is not releasing any games on PC. But I'm still going to, like I said before, I understand if people want to roll with Jason Schreier and all the other people that said it's not going to happen. I'm not going to say it until Sony says it, but to me, it's two things could be true at the same time. So
Okay.
shout out to Optimus, the late great Optimus Code saying that.
Yeah,
I don't think they will address it because why would they address a failed strategy?
Like I said last week, because they're contracting and they're taking money away. So that's why I think they're going to say something next month at their shareholders meeting, because their queue ends this month at the end of the month, 30th or
this
31st.
is the fiscal ends this month too.
Yeah,
so this is so the timing aligns too, because a strategy like this is better to do it at the end of the fiscal, so that way the next fiscal you're not using PC money to when they advertise their forecast their next fiscal funding. Now PC is not part of that, so this is a great time to shut it. If you're going to shut it down, this is a great time, because now when you do your forecast, this is not part of it. You get to forecast outside of it. Yeah.
And if we were a buy group and say, Chill, you were in charge of it and you went to a potential investors meeting, you would have to know, well, they're not going to be putting games on PC, or they still might, or who knows. So because that could affect how much money we want to give, we want to try to invest in. I'm going to say, well, if they had kept expanding into PC, but I mean, there's a lot of things Sony's doing. I think a lot of people don't understand that North America and Europe, those markets overall are contracting. And so Sony isn't putting a crap ton of emphasis on it. Everybody has said they're going into China, they're going into India, they're going into Africa. And that coincides with worldwide. Those are the only markets that are really expanding. That's why Sony is in there, to expand their brand as well. So maybe they got some good preliminary numbers from China, and to see what's going on. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. Go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I don't think you interrupted anybody. All right. Anyway, good combo.
All right,
shout out to Charles Hawk, member for 30 months. Thank you so much. Says he has a glass of vodka and soda and he's enjoying the show. As you should. Enjoy your
Cheers,
beverage, my friend. Enjoy your beverage. All right. I appreciate it. Silver Wolf, member for 6 months. Thank you so much, and I'm glad you're part of the family. Says if
and Charles Hawk.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If Resident Evil 9 is selling out PS5 Pro, imagine GTA 6. I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine.
Imagine Wolverine. Forget about GTA.
That's true. I know. But I know though. I think the reason why GTA 6 is the biggest question is on whether or not the game could run at 60 frames. And if one device can do it, it's the Pro. And I think that's the biggest draw right now. And you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Glassdoor Gamer, thank you for the super chat. He asked. They said, it's going up and down. He says, they said they are going to be strategic when they put their games in the fireside chat. They don't need to say anything formal going forward. I mean,
fair enough. Yeah. I
mean, that is a wordplay. Yeah. That is a wordplay, right? Using those key terms, like we're going to be strategic. And that gives you room to pull back or go harder, depending on the environment and stuff. Pause. All right. Donnell Brown with the super chat. Brother, what's going on? He says, you know why I am here. What happened to your New York Knicks last night? Y'all came to LA and were destroyed by both LA teams. Man, listen. I'm not even, you know what? I'm just going to say thank you, brother, for rocking out with the channel. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you know both of your LA teams is losing the playoffs. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm just saying. They did though. He's not lying though. He's not lying. New York's having a bad road trip. We're not perfect. All right. Glassdoor Gaber, thank you for the super chat. Says, knowing what we know now, watch the fireside chat. I think the fireside chat is a little bit different because that was recorded in May. It was just a long thing, I would say, because everything that was talked about, because remember that same fireside chat, one of the questions was addressed to Herman Holt, and the moderator said that Totoki took the first party studio from paraphrasing, a studio whose game is supposed to sell the console, took them from that to now a profit-driven generating studio, right? Business now, right? So Totoki did say that the priority for the first party is profits, not trying to sell the console and stuff like that. So remember, that was part of the conversation, stuff like that. But I think right now, overall, we got to look at it this. There's a lot more information than we have access to, right? Because I brought up, you know, after 5 years, you know, how did porting games to PC interfere with the milestones in the development of PlayStation 5 games, right? Because the development studios who made the game, like Nix's, wasn't 100% responsible for the ports. It was a combined effort between Nix's and whatever studio who had the game. So if it was Spider-Man, Insomniac was involved. If it was The Last of Us, Naughty Dog was involved. Returnal, Housemarque was involved, right? So you have people from the studios involved in the ports as well, And let's say, for example, I'll use Insomniac, right? And I'll say this. Let me preface it with this. Lots of people say that ports of games to PC is easy, right? It's easy ports, it's easy money, it's whatever, right? I'm like, okay. The game's already done. All you gotta do is port to PC, PC's platform to port. Okay. But if that was true, then why did the port of The Last of Us 1 come out fucked up? If it's easy. And we're talking Naughty Dog.
Did they do it? Did they do
Yeah.
it? Or did
They did it.
505
The Last of One remake, yeah. Last of One remake was ported to PC and it wasn't optimized. It was a bad port. They had to fix it. Even Naughty Dog came out with statements.
I thought 505 did that, but
Right.
okay.
No,
it was there. Yeah.
Indy did a direct port. Okay.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2.
505 did Death Stranding. They did Death Stranding.
Yeah, they did Death
Yeah,
Stranding.
the first one. Oh, okay, that's
They did Death Stranding. They did the first one, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding
right?
was internally developed. Nixie's some of the other games, but The Last of Us was specifically Rebel Moon. What was it called?
Rebel Moon, was it?
They did the other port that was really not good. Yeah,
And then
but
Spider-Man-
definitely, definitely not 505.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man 2 port at launch wasn't good on PC. They had a lot of fixes to deal with PC. And that's Insomniac. So what I'm saying is, if ports are so easy, then why didn't it come out well optimized the day they launch? It's because there's challenges. Even a port is challenging to put on PC, especially from PS5, which is not Windows based at all. Doesn't use DirectX or any of that stuff. So all that language has to be translated over to the PC side, right? It's a challenge. Now, let's say if you were expected to do a port and have it within 12 months and you put that on your schedule and you're like, okay, on the schedule, we're going to be out of pocket for about 12 months to help Nix's. After 12 months, we'll be back on, let's say Insomniac, right? Let's say some of the developers assisting Nix's with the port for Spider-Man 2, and the project was originally 12 months. Say, hey, we're going to have this port out in 12 months. And after 12 months, we'll be back on for Wolverine. But something goes wrong. And now it goes from 12 months to 15 months. Okay. You extend the project, you release the game in January now. Remember, the game released in January, which is kind of weird. 15 months. The game released in 15 months, exactly, from launch. That's a weird number. I'm thinking Spider-Man 2 was supposed to launch within 12 months. But something went wrong. So they launched it. Because think about it, they launched in January of 2025. Not November 2024. Why wouldn't you launch Spider-Man in the biggest shopping month of the year for gaming on PC? Why would you do it when chances are people ain't really looking to buy games? Because you bought all the games you wanted in November, December. That's the biggest shopping revenue of the year. You're going to release Spider-Man in January and miss that window? Chances are the game was supposed to come out 12 months. But that's like anything else. They had issues, missed milestones, so it got released in January. But now think about this. You're 3 months behind. That means those developers, they got 3 months away from their project they're supposed to be working on the PS5. They were supposed to be back on Wolverine or whatever in 12 months. They didn't come back for 15 months. You see what I'm saying? It's those little things that probably Sony's looking at. Like, how did the PC effort also interfere with our milestones for PS5 games? We can't keep having that. Like, if we keep missing milestones on PC, that delays or adds to the milestone. Because if you're not there to do your part, then nothing's happening on your game. If you're an illustrator or something, and you're not there to do the job because you're on the port, then that portion of the game is stuck until you come back and get on it. You see what I'm saying? So there could be a whole holistic picture of not just profit and money and how much money. It could be a lot more. It could be like, okay, we run through issues on the PC side. Those issues carry over to PlayStation games because the developers aren't there. they have to stay until those issues are resolved. And they could be like, you know what? This is not conducive to our environment. It's taken away from development time from our main platform. It may not be worth it, right? So like I said, like when I mentioned multiple times, it may not be just one reason, because I think everyone's trying to look for one reason. It doesn't have to be one reason. It could just be a stacked list of reasons that ultimately says this is not worth it. You know, the development pipeline, the effort to take proper ports on PC, Steam machine now entering the console market, Xbox now pushing with PC and having access to Steam. You know, it's just layers and layers and layers and layers of things that just tell you just get away from PC, because there's an impediment or an issue that's just there. If you stay on PC, your games most likely will be on Xbox, on the next Xbox, if they have access to Steam. And if Steam makes a console, or you know, if what they are, we already know Steam is making the Steam machine. That's already a fact. They're just talking about the delays of when it's going to release. But when it does release, do you really want them to advertise you can play PlayStation games to console gamers in this little Steam box? Does Sony really want that message to be pushed? You know, so you got Xbox Magnet, Helix, you got Steam Machine, you got the development issues, how to balance two platforms. One platform's not even yours technically. PC's not theirs. So they're doing all these issues, trouble issues, missing milestones, and trying to recoup for a platform that's not even theirs. Because the only way they make money on that platform is to sell their own games. They don't make no money any other way. You see what I'm saying? So it's just too much stuff to really say to yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? And do we really want to put ourselves in a bad position where people start, you know, through viral conversations, say, hey, I could play PlayStation games on this little Steam machine, plus more stuff with free online and blah, 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 blah. Sony may have evaluated this whole strategy across the board, you know? And the money they're going to get from PC is probably nowhere near enough.
So you think they're going to delist it? You think they're going to start delisting?
That's a topic. That's the
right,
second topic.
Okay.
That is a topic. That's the next topic.
All right, what about Epic then? Is Epic,
you know what? Let's have that topic now, since I think the segue, it doesn't make sense to get off the topic and then go back. I think we might as well just make that the topic right now and lead it off. Should Sony delist their games off the Steam store? I'm gonna start with Valkyrie, because it looks like she has, her face says she already has an opinion on it. Should Sony, all the games they have on Steam now, should Sony, and let's do some definitions, right? Or let me finish the super chat, but we're gonna get into top topic. We'll just go right into it. Let me finish the viewer activity. So to continue with the viewer activity, I want to say I truly appreciate you guys looking out. Thank you so much. And of course, Major Claridge, right on time, providing for the community. He gifted a membership. So whoever received that membership, please give Major Claridge a shout out. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you looking out for the community. That is awesome. Glinzer, for our super chat, says PC gamers are angry about losing games they say they never cared about. That makes as much sense as kicking a field goal down by 7 with 1 second left. It's like, you know, bad. Yeah, it's just funny, right? And it's true. Entity, you know, I see guys on Twitter pissed off, but they never bought PlayStation games. See, I'm gonna tell you why they're pissed off. The key term is they didn't buy PlayStation games, but that doesn't necessarily mean they didn't play them. They pirated it. That's why they're pissed off.
Yep.
Less games to pirate.
Played them on PlayStation.
Words have meanings. They're like, I didn't buy that shit, but you did play it. You didn't buy it. True statement. That doesn't mean you didn't play it. You played it. You just got it pirated. All these guys who are pissed off, but didn't buy the game, they pirated it. And now the free games is over. The games that they were stealing is gone. Can't steal a game that's not cracked on the system. Right. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with these PC guys. They be like, I don't buy PlayStation stuff. I didn't. You know, when you ask them, did you play the games? And they reply, I didn't buy that shit. No. I didn't say if you bought it. I'm asking if you played it. Did you play that means you pirated this shit, and now you're pissed off because you have less games to pirate. It is what it is. They're not fooling me. They're playing these games. They are absolutely playing these games. They are playing them. They're just pirating them to play them. They're single player games. You see what I'm saying? So they played these games. They absolutely did. They just stole them. That's the difference, and that's why they're all pissed off, because it doesn't make sense if you didn't buy it like in a legitimate way. You're not gonna be pissed off a game you didn't buy, have no intention to buy or ever play. You're not gonna be pissed off if it's gone from your platform. Like, you never bought it, you don't care, you never will. So why would you be pissed off? It's because you are playing them, but you're not buying them. So let them be mad. Let's see who we got here. We got Maxwell. What's going on, brother? Thank you for the super chat. GTA 6 is gonna move 10 million base PS5s and 5 million PS5 Pros at the bare minimum. I don't know about 5 million Pros. I mean, that would be crazy. Who knows? I mean, to be honest though, I really don't know how big. Like, I can't imagine when GTA 6 how big that launch is gonna be and what's it gonna do for the industry. It's absolutely insane. Hopefully, it don't flop. Imagine if that game flops. I don't see how it could, but imagine it will break the internet. Like, it will create a black hole.
Break the narrative that AAA gaming's dead. That's what that's gonna do.
Oh man. Oh man, but we'll see. Thank you so much, Maxwell. All right.
AAA gaming is dead, but Resident Evil Requiem is breaking records. It's like,
I know.
I don't know. Like, the PC gamers have this complexity as just, it does not make sense. It's like, an indie game is beating AAA games, so it's a downfall of AAA games. Capcom is so awesome. RE Requiem is so awesome. And all you have to do is ask them, well, isn't RE a AAA game? Oh, that doesn't count. It's a single player. It's like, guys, just make up your mind.
It's funny. And the funny part is, because they're using Slay the Spire 2 and they're saying AAA gaming dead, but yet RE9 is successful on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Like, it's doing great everywhere. So it's like, come on now. It's just nonsense, John Baptiste with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. John Baptiste says, I think the reason PlayStation is moving away from PC is because they're starting to see that their hardware sales are down. Your hardware sales going down can never be good. Well, I mean, hardware sales is going to go down year over year. Well, not year over year. At a certain point, you're going to hit a peak, right? Because you're 5-6 years into the gen, and then it's going to trickle down. It's kind of like, it goes up and then it goes down. That's just the cycle of console sales, right? You're going to hit a peak, and then after that, year over year sales going to drop as you get, especially once you pass 100 million, you pretty much, unless you're going to be able to sell to another 100 million, right, which is rare, consoles are going to naturally, slow down. Like, right now, PlayStation's over 92 million. If it caps at, let's say, 120, you only got about, 50 million, 30 million to go over the next 2-3 years and stuff like that. So you're not going to be selling at the same pace as you did in the beginning, up your way to 100, after, but it could be, though. It could be, maybe, let's say it dropped a little bit too fast for their liking. That could be, right? Maybe Pro sales slow down too fast, right? Because I know when the Pro launched, the biggest conversation was PC and Pro. I could build a $700 PC or $800 PC, And then the funny part is, this leads to the whole, this leads to the whole of my thought of, I don't know how Sony ever thought PC was not a competitor. Because that's the first thing people mentioned when the Pro came out. Literally, don't buy a Pro, you could get an $800 PC. That sounds like competition. And they said, and you can play these games at the frame rates you want, at the fidelity you want and stuff. And I'm like, oh, snap. And Sony's trying to say that PC's not a competitor? Weird. And we got Bobo Country with the $2 super chat. Says, I wish Sony could delist and uninstall the games. He wants them uninstall them too. But we're about to kick off that convo, and then finally, Godsdoor Gamer delisted. Delisted so Destin can get even more angry. All right, and Henry's here too. Thank you so much for showing up, Henry. All right, so we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna go back to Valkyrie. So, the question of the day: to be or not to be? That is the question. To delist or not to delist? What are your thoughts on what Sony should do? And also to ensure that we all have the understanding, delisting meaning that Sony will no longer will pretty much take off all the games they have on Steam or on PC and take them off the store. That does not mean that the people who already bought it cannot re-download it if they need to. They have access to the game for the life of the game. That is theirs. They already bought it. But for future purchases or continued purchases, is done. Nobody will be able. There will be no new purchases of their games because it's no longer available on the store. Meaning, in fact, the PlayStation PC store that you see on Steam, PlayStation PC, that is gone. Can't find it. You won't find the game. So that's the definition of delist. What do you think, Valkyrie? You think Sony should just like go all the way, just do it all the way, delist the games? That's it, and hopefully people forget it ever happened.
I mean, you could do a blanket, remove everything at once, and then there's no argument. You could pull off strategically certain ones that you want to. So, for example, is the single player ones where you want to keep them, or your highest value ones. It just depends on what they're trying to achieve. But the way that everyone's complaining, maybe you just do it, rip off the band-aid and be like, suck it up. But realistically, you should, because if I sit there and I look at it, if I have a choice between buying RE now, I can buy it for PC for $88 instead of 107.
No.
Where's the value to Sony in terms of that? Even though it is, it's there, but it's the same thing. But also, just going back to what you were saying before, is I don't think anybody who's not a dev or has implemented any sort of technology system or migration understands that porting is not that simple. And exactly what you said, it's a resource thing. So if my teams are working on X here, but I'm busy trying to port it over here, I've got a contention. So the quality of games is still not going to be good. So we've got people, yes, everyone's complaining, I'm going to pull it off PC and Sony's being blah, but everyone's also been complaining about the quality of games. So at some point, you have to pick. You have to make a choice. Do you want less but better games, that rather than you complaining at the gaming studios and the developers that they're not giving you high quality games, but you want it on everything? What do you want? But to go back to the delisting, I think they should definitely delist it, take it off. Obviously, the ones that you need a greater player base, keep it because you need it. Single player, you don't have that because there's no draw there. If not,
okay. So Queen Valkyrie says off with their heads. All right, all right. Brain.
Yep.
I'm saying, what about you? What are your thoughts? To delist or not to delist? That is the question.
I agree with Valkyrie. I think Sony should delist it just because of the fact that if Steam is coming out with their own console, and to me this is the crux here. If Steam is coming out with their own console or hybrid console, very direct competition. I mean, Sony will be stupid to to leave their things on there. And to me, it's why would you do that? I mean, and it's a rhetorical question. No one has to answer that.
Yeah.
But why why would they do that? To me, it's silly for people to be upset. Like as much as everybody else had already said that people are complaining about PlayStation games being removed or being removed
The strategy.
from Steam,
Yeah.
that people never bought in the first place. And then not only that, and Sony isn't even taking off all of their games. They only taking off their single player games. As far as the multiplayer games, they're
It's still
still
coming.
keeping them. So, yeah, they still coming. So people just it's just complaining for the sake of complaining. And to me, this kind of I don't want to say segues, but this is also true for Project Helix as well. Because one of the things that I hate to see is like really petty shit. And what I mean by that is, oh, I got a Steam machine. Look at my Steam machine. I don't need to buy a PlayStation, but I'm playing PlayStation on my Steam machine, or I'm playing PlayStation
Yeah.
games on Project Helix. So no, Sony is doing absolutely what they're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, it's a competition, and I think, and this is not on Valve, because Valve didn't really do this, but I point a lot of fingers at Xbox, and specifically Phil Spencer and the Xbox team, as far as this whole kumbaya moment, as far as the whole again, and I said this before. The whole purpose of buying a gaming console is for the exclusives. Nintendo never lost sight of that,
Yeah.
and I'll give Nintendo credit
You
for
gotta
that,
respect
because
that.
I respect that, because they stayed consistent and they never lost sight of that. Sony, because they were ultimately Sony did lose sight of that because of at the end of the day, we gotten things called console exclusives versus because now it's on the PC, it's it's now a console exclusive, whereas exclusives were just exclusives. It's either it was exclusive or it wasn't exclusive. So I'm happy that yeah, let them do that. We're not in the kumbaya moment. People need to stop being entitled, and the only reason why people are entitled is because of because of what Microsoft or Xbox did as far as trying to push
Mhm.
the shit that exclusives don't matter, whereas they absolutely did matter. I mean, if that was the case, and this may be a bad comparison, you don't see Chevrolet license, you don't see Chevrolet licensing the Corvette to be made by Ford or vice versa. So each
Mhm.
each company got their own product that or it has their own product that specifically identifies that company with their product, and things need to just go back to I don't want to say things need to go back to the way that they were, but there needs to be a clear line as to, hey, you got your product, my product is and I control how the way my product is, and all this uproar with people having being pissed off, man, like, man, we need to get their panties out of a bunch.
Mhm.
Wow.
Facts. Facts.
Mm. Well, I'll simply say I don't know if they delist it off Steam. Will they do it off of Epic? And I'm not sure what people have been saying. I've been working on the Wi-Fi back there, but um, that's what my biggest question. And if they do delist again, they'll have to bring this up. I would assume they're going to bring this up next month at their shareholders meeting. But yeah, to me that's the $1 million question: is are we delisting? Are they going to just say you can't? You're not going to be able to buy any more games on PC after whatever November 23rd or something like that. So that's. But yeah, is there entitlement? Yeah, and yeah, they probably should have bought those games on the PC for the people that are complaining. It's not everybody complaining. I've seen people say, "Well, I just won't buy the games," and that's exactly the way you should be. Hey, so
If they didn't
yeah,
even
it's
buy
gonna
the
be
game,
interesting.
if they didn't even buy the games in the first place, and if I recall,
Exactly.
and if I recall correctly, Sony had did some type of analysis, whereas they realized the only reason why the games that were selling on PC, or rather the reason why they was making the sales that they were on PC in the first place, is because PlayStation guys were double dipping. So
Mhm.
You're right. Yeah, you're
so
right.
so, so PC guys, it's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Or people, not even PC guys, because I know it's not all of the PC guys, but for the
Mm.
guys that are on PC that are complaining, it's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? You wasn't even buying the games in the first place. Like, why do you care? And if you were pirating, you're gonna pirate anyway. You're gonna find at some point there's gonna be some type of emulation, or regardless of how good or bad it is a whole nother question. But you're gonna find a way like you always do. So it's just people complaining for the sake of complaining.
Exactly.
How it is though.
'Cause-
People, when there's a perceived choice, sorry, Sean,
Oh
people
no, 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 you
don't
good.
care when it's there. But the minute you remove it for them, it's like, oh my God, you took it away from me, but I was never going to have it. It's like, oh, the chocolate's there. What are you taking it away for? Like, well, you're not
Right,
going to eat it. Oh, but
right.
why are you taking it? It's this thing that people have. Sorry.
It's
Question.
entitlement. It's to me, it's
Mm,
all entitlement. It's just people
Yeah.
just wanting to complain for the sake of complaining, and then also on
Mhm.
on top of that, you again, I'm gonna go back to using the word, yellow journalism. You got these journalists, these gaming journalists that are from reputable sources, and you think that they're supposed to be objective as far as what they're reporting, but the things that they report is more or less speculation, or matter of fact, they either report speculation or something for controversy. And I understand about getting clicks and
Griff.
yeah, it's a grift. Thank you,
The
Sean. That's
Grifton.
that's exactly what it is, and it's
The
like,
G word. The G
yeah,
word.
it's grifting. Thank you so much, Sean. But yeah, it's like,
Oh
come on,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. Wow.
No, they've been conditioned. No, the reason why they've been so conditioned to Game Pass, and they think they can just get whatever they want, when they want, how they want, and that's why I say Microsoft just they condition them so crazy to they don't even believe what they want to believe in.
Right.
Yeah,
Because I mean, come
something
on,
else to
man.
see.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm glad Sony did that, because that also goes hand in hand, like y'all said, with Project Helix. And you know, we don't need them Xbox saying, "Oh, we could play PlayStation games on our Project Helix. We don't need a PlayStation." Yeah, because I see that on timelines on Twitter
Yeah,
all day. I see
all
that
the
every day,
time.
all day, every day.
Yep.
I'm tired of seeing that shit. That's why I said
Right.
that's the reason why I don't like Xbox. I can't stand Xbox. You know, I want them to burn to the ground. I want them to burn, baby,
Man.
burn.
But it'd be like that for the Steam machine too. You know, it'd be like that for the Steam machine. So,
Yeah, but
you know, when it
at
finally
least
comes
with
out.
Steam Machine, we look. It was understandable. They was before Xbox, so I mean, we already had those games on there. But when it comes to Xbox, I want them to burn to the ground, baby. Burn.
In the top it off, how many people are actually going to buy the Steam machines? As Sean just said, Steam machines, but Steam machines isn't a new concept. And even when they were cheaper about 11 years ago, no, not 10 years, excuse me, about 13 years ago, I'll say anywhere between 11 and 13 years ago, not that many people bought them. And now we're talking about, because of the price of manufacturing and the price of components, it's going to be way more expensive. People, how many people are going to buy it? Like, and this is, it's not even a negative towards Sony, but it's like, who you're not going to buy it.
It's going to be a niche product.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a niche product, because I guarantee you that Helix is not gonna sell no more than probably about 2-3 million, and it's gonna cap off, because it's gonna be like $1,000 to $1,500, and that's what they're speculating. It could be even more if they try to add some upgrades to that shit. So you also got to think about that too, because I heard that with some of the rumors of that Project Helix, they'll be able to swap out the memory for that shit. So like I heard about that shit. So that it's gonna be a niche product. Like I said, I don't see 30 million gonna be buying that shit like day one.
Man.
Well, if it's gonna be that much, then yeah. I mean, I didn't know they had prices, but if it does cost that much, then
that's what they're speculating. That's what they.
Oh, that's speculation. Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. Then that's bad. But if it's gonna have the performance of a 5070, 5080, and everything's lumped in together, I could see. I mean, people are gonna buy it. People will buy it, because this is what I had to tell somebody today, is that it's for the people who are doing your own build it yourself PCs, and they can't afford the rest of their parts, and then like, well, I might as well just go ahead and get this at $1,200, and then they can have their Game Pass. So it's gonna sell. It's like the PS6. If it comes in under that, which is what the rumors are saying, it's gonna sell as well. So plus Sony's woke, so it's gonna really sell.
He said, "Well, you in this woke word, bro. You in this word woke."
Well, did you see the PlayStation app? I don't know if you have the app, but that for Women's Day, all that.
I have Women's Day.
Yeah, did you see the International Women's Day thing? They had they had like 15 of their characters. Yeah, going full woke, but that's fine. I'm not. Yeah. I mean, it's there.
I see that.
I'm not mad. I mean, like I said, you go woke, you get rich. I mean, so it's just it is what it is. So yeah, you going woke, you getting rich. So I support woke. Let them do it. But so, and if they come in underneath, they're at $7.99. I'm just putting the number out there. If they're at $7.99 and the Microsoft device is at $11.99, what people are saying, then yeah, I can see the PlayStation moving more systems at that point based on price, and still getting the Xbox. And all this stuff, and Porter talking about GDC, all this stuff is going to come out tomorrow. What Microsoft's plan is. So at least at that point tomorrow night, it will all be put to bed. Like it'll all be put to bed tomorrow night.
Well, here's a couple of things though. Since if we're going to talk about Helix though, there's just some things that are factual that we don't have to wait for GDC. Number one fact: Xbox is not a powerful brand name anymore.
Hell no,
it isn't. Let's all be honest. It's not the ooh. When's the next Xbox coming out? Not that many people are interested in that. Year over year, Microsoft has been selling less Xbox hardware year over year since the 360. So it's on a downtrend. Some people are rightfully calling this gen, the Saturn gen, before the end of their next hardware. Meaning by the time Sega Saturn came out, Sega lost a lot of clout, a lot of their oomph. That when the Dreamcast launched, it wasn't like the big thing for gaming. It wasn't. I was there. I bought a Dreamcast day one, but not a lot of other people did. Not a lot of people were really about trying to get a Sega Dreamcast. By that point, Sega lost its charm. So if you want to look at the Series X is their Saturn moment where you lost a lot of that mind share, right? And when you lose that mind share now, what does that say about the next system? Well, the next system is going to have to work triple hard because think about it. When you have a popular system, right? And you like kind of like the Switch 2. The reason why Switch 2 is selling records is because the Switch 1 ran. I mean, it walked so that way Switch 2 can run. It built this, Nintendo got back its popularity and it got this thing. So now when they release the Switch 2, it's easy because it's the continuation of a very popular system. The Helix is a continuation of what? The Xbox Series console is a very low adopted. It's probably not since the OG Xbox has Xbox adoption been so low. So there's really no momentum. If you look at the stores, there's hardly any Xbox consoles. It's not a big thing now in gaming. Xbox hardware is not a big thing, so they don't really have the name, right? And look at the Asus ROG Ally Xbox. It didn't do nothing. Having the name Xbox associated didn't do anything. It didn't like increase Asus sales by 200%, right? You don't see Asus reporting that the branding has increased, sales from the original ROG Ally by 200, 300%, whatever. Like the branding didn't do anything, right? So we don't have to wait to GC to know that the Xbox brand name in terms of hardware has fallen off bad. It fell off a cliff, right? So now you got Helix. Helix technically has to bring back the branding, but the problem is this. What is Helix now? When you have to ask that question, you already lost, in my opinion, right? When you're not sure what Helix is, like, and I see a lot of the Xbox fans talking about, it's this, it's that, it's that. I'm like, you got to look at it from a perspective of a consumer that just walks into Best Buy or any major electronics store. That consumer knows two things. They know what a console system is. They know what a PC gaming is. And console gamers, they're not interested in PC. They're not interested in PC architecture, whatever. They just know console gaming. So the first question, we're not, everybody I've seen over the last couple of weeks, since Project Helix, or really last week or so when Project Helix was officially announced, there's an argument that it's a PC trying to be a console. Some people say, no, it's actually a console. People are now trying to argue the colloquial terminology of the word console, saying, well, technically PlayStation's a PC. And I'm like, oh, here we go. We're gonna go into this mess. Now everybody's arguing the colloquial definition. Like, we don't work. The world, and I said this. I said this in one of my either on the podcast or on one of my videos. The world does not describe things colloquially. We don't talk colloquial. That's not how we talk. We talk specific because when we want to buy something, we want to communicate to the seller and the consumer exactly what we want to buy, what's being made, what we want to buy, right? And I use the example. Like the World Cup or the Super Bowl. We don't go, hey, I'm having a Super Bowl party, so I want to buy a 75-inch 4K PC. Because technically speaking, the smart TVs are PCs colloquially. Right. They have processors, they have a display, you can install applications, and those applications can run. That's a PC. But nobody goes into Best Buy and says, for Super Bowl party, I want a 75-inch OLED PC. No one talks like that. They say 75 OLED smart TV by LG or Samsung. That's how we talk, right? Somebody goes, hey, I lost my PC, my PC, so I'm trying to replace my new PC, And when you say that, you'll be like, all right. And they take them to PC. He goes, no, I'm talking to PC, where I can make phone calls and all that. You mean a smartphone? Yeah, PC. You mean smartphone? Smartphone, like specifically. You see what I'm saying? That's why we don't talk colloquially, because a smartphone is a PC. Has a processor, has a GPU, has RAM. You can install applications and it can run it. This is a PC, colloquially. But you're not going to go into a store and say, I need to upgrade my PC. We talk specifics. We don't talk colloquially. So that way we understand what product we're trying to actually get and what's it for. We understand that this smartphone, this has a specific function reason. Is it a PC? Yes, it is. It's a PC. by the definition of PC, personal computing, that is what this is. But we don't talk to that because there's a specific function and description that we all need to address, and it's easy. Consoles is the same thing. When I say I want to buy a new gaming console, they're not going to take me to an Alienware PC because that's not the device you're talking about. You understand? So that's the thing about Helix that they're going to have to address, right? This PC console, how is it a console? All this stuff, right? That's one. Pricing. I don't think Microsoft is interested in selling hardware at subsidized pricing, meaning they eat up the cost. Those days are over. They're not going to do that. They're not going to lose no more money. I don't think Satya is going to greenlight any more plans that result in losing money for the sake of a bigger goal down the road. Every plan that's being executed, it has to make profitability day one. So these devices, day one, will be profitable. And there's going to be a hefty price, not just a little bit, like a good chunk. So you're talking minimum 1,200, I'm thinking, right? Now, I know some people are trying to peg the price at just one price point. I personally think that this may not be limited to one price point because I think Microsoft could come out with a suite of different devices of various scale and power. There's no reason to just come out with one device, especially if it's Windows-based. So they could have different configurations on different power links, which means different pricing. But the cheapest, let's say if they do come out with the cheapest model at $900, it's not going to be a very powerful performing item. If you want the more powerful performing items, it's going to go up in price. Now I see talk of 5080, 5090 level power as an equivalent. You're not getting that for $1,200. You're not going to get a 5090 level PC or device at $1,200. Microsoft is not going to eat up costs to push out that. That's not going to happen. So that's just being silly. I mean, the GPU alone is more than that. So, or equivalent, but GCC is coming. Chill Will, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so going back to the question of delisting games,
go back to that.
Delisted games so many times, and they'll honor the licensing. I think they should do that. I mean, they've done it before. Why not do it again? I can't remember the last time Sony took down like a PlayStation game off their store. They usually leave them on there. Other than, anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. But like I bought Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PS3 digitally. I bought the PS2 version. When the license went out for EA, they took that off the store, but they still honor the purchase. Like I could hook up my PS3 right now and
download it.
Well, this one's modded, but I can still download it. Yeah, fucking Deadpool's not on the fucking PlayStation Store no more, but anyone who bought it digitally can still download the game. They've delisted games before, so I could see them doing it. Honestly,
I can help you out with that. The game they delisted was the original Grand Theft Auto trilogy.
Oh yeah, I remember because of the hot coffee mod.
Yeah, because
I have that game physically.
I still got the original ones on.
That's the one, right? The hot coffee mod.
Yeah. So even though they delisted it, I could still re-download those original ones because I bought the licenses for it.
The hot coffee mod. I can see them, that was a big deal.
I can see them delisting the games. They've done it before.
Yeah, they did it before. They did it a couple times. Long as you bought it before they delisted, you can still play it.
Okay.
You know, the interesting thing about the delisting is, like, I'm looking at the Steam page right now, right? And they currently have 22 games from Helldivers, Death Stranding 2, Spider-Man 2, God of War, Ragnarok, Last of Us, and the rest we kind of know. So, genuinely, I think if they delist it, what that means is that they're not selling anymore. I think rather than delisting, maybe if they gonna come out and say, we decided, we've tried this strategy, for the future, we're not gonna be selling these games anymore on the Steam platform, and they can give some of the reasons. And whatever that is up and coming, right? I think Tokon is, again, coming up, but that's a third-party relationship. Or Loop is coming up, again, another third-party or second-party. Hunter's Gathering, that one is an interesting one. I'm not sure.
Well, that would probably be live service. That would probably be fall into live service.
And Kenna, Scars of Cosmora is, again, a third-party relationship, second-party game. It is coming out. So if rather than saying, "Hey, we're delisting it," I think if they are going to sell it, I guess, or to send an indication to the market, they just say, well, the primary place to buy going forward to buy PlayStation games, the tentpole games, is through the PSN, and you'll hear something in the future, and then there we go. So I'm full support of it. And the reason that I'm full support of it is at the end of the day, PC guys can say, "Oh, we support the games, yada 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 yada," but it's not their type of game, right? They try to make it their type of game with giving widescreen and I don't know, whatever it is.
ultra wide
Who in the
support,
right
all that
mind,
stuff.
yeah, ultra wide support, etc. But who in the right mind would want to play Spider-Man 2 on a keyboard and mouse? God of War on a keyboard and mouse, right? I can understand maybe playing Last of Us, Days Gone, and
Helldivers. Yeah, Helldivers.
But I mean,
Helldivers
PC
with
gamers have
mouse and
adopted
keyboard.
controllers, though. They adopted controllers, though, right? Now, I think
Yeah,
the modern,
but
I think the modern PC gamer and the old school PC gamers, I think the old school PC gamers are gone, at least from that magnitude. I think the modern PC gamer, I've seen a lot of PC gamers. They primarily play with a controller versus
but
Yeah.
the
in my
keyboard now,
categorization,
except for
actually,
those
those are
certain
not
games.
PC gamers.
Yeah, I
They're
mean, yeah,
just
but
console gamers who are
that
playing on PC.
a PC. That's why I said the modern PC gamer now is really a console gamer on a PC. A lot of them are playing on controller, unless it's a specifically demanding game that requires a keyboard, or if they want to play shooter competitively. Most of them on
Yeah.
controllers now. I see that a lot now. So many on controllers now. It's crazy.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
Even Steam is releasing a controller, right?
Yeah,
That
like when
tells
you
you
think about
something.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, exactly. It tells you something. So, but I don't think this would apply to third party relationship types. So, like Stellar Blade, Phantom Blade Zero, Kenya, those games obviously won't be part of the delisting. It's going to be strictly their own first party core titles. You know, God of War, Spider Man, Returnal. What else they released on PC? Ratchet and Clank, Miles Morales, Spider Man Remastered, The Last of Us One, The Last of Us Two. Those titles. So you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you think of the core first party, like the actual core, non third party relationship, not second party relationship, just core, you're talking not a lot of games. I mean, at least in huge magnitude, right? You got the three. So you got the three Spider-Man, Spider-Man Remaster, Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, God of War 2018 Ragnarok, the two Horizons, that's 9. The two Last of Us games, 10, 11. Am I missing else? That's 11 right there off the top of my head. Anything else? And Ghost of Tsushima,
Ghost of
12.
Tsushima. Yeah.
12. So it's about 12
Okay.
games. 12 core games that will be removed. Days Gone, thank you, 13.
hmm Now the Days Gone on PC, that's actually the with the mods, that's actually really good now.
Eh?
You know, so this for people who are if you have
What
that
mods?
on PC.
What mods in particular?
Oh, they've got mods where they change their damn clothes. You know,
Oh, I
that,
mean,
the whole game. Yeah, they do
I
stuff like that.
figured they would do like a horde
The
of Thomas
weather.
the Tank trucks just
Oh
chasing
no!
you.
Well, they may have
Because
that
you
in
know,
there.
for whatever reason, almost especially Resident Evil, they love switching
Yeah.
out the bad guy with Thomas the Tank or Thomas the
What
engine.
is
Yeah.
it with that one? Thomas the
Yeah.
Tank. I don't
Yeah, I don't know, it's
understand
real
that.
pop-
No,
They
no,
they have an
popular mod.
infatuation with him being in Resident Evil every time. That's like the
Every
go-to
time.
guy. That's like the go-to character for Resident Evil. The PC
They
community
always
mods
change out the stalker enemy for Thomas the Tank. It's like
it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
They did
It
on
is
Nexus
absolutely
mods too with Mass Effect. They made the Reapers Thomas the Tank. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So that does look funny when they're attacking and it's Thomas the Tank.
So I can imagine, like, you know, Days Gone, the Horde is a whole bunch of Thomas the Tank chasing you.
Oh, that would be too funny.
Like, this is ridiculous. You know? All right.
Oh.
Who else haven't had a chance to put Henry? Did you get a chance?
Yeah, I'm indifferent about PC. If they're complaining about not, they're saying, well, it's not interesting to them anymore because the games weren't released on them date and date. Then fuck it, then you ain't buying it. maybe so you're not buying it, then sure, take it off, and maybe they'll want it. So maybe every holiday or something, Sony will go, oh hey, you could buy it during this period, like in November or something, and then sell them at full price and see if they bite. Right? So, or being less harsh than change the term of service that they have to register for a PlayStation account.
Which they ain't doing for whatever.
Sure, I'm for taking it away or making it harder for them. Yeah, so.
Delist. Come to PlayStation.
Delist.
All right. Anybody else? I think we got everybody else. All right. So for me,
this is a quick question: Is the Epic Game Store going to be on the Helix? Oh, I guess we'll know tomorrow. I guess
supposedly all PC stores will be also. So that only tells me. This only tells me Helix is Windows based, no different than any other PC device.
Right.
It's a Windows based platform. Because then that answers it all. You get Steam, Epic Game Store, GOG. You're running your new hardware on your current Windows. You're not doing a defunct or a bespoke version of it. That's over with.
Yeah.
It's the full blown Windows kit.
Portorock, in other words, you're saying the Helix is the Dreamcast of Xbox because Dreamcast was running on Microsoft CE, Windows CE.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Man, talk about an omen. Ooh. That's right. Dreamcast ran on the Windows CE OS. Wow, that's weird.
Why it was easier to pirate for.
And this is why I'm saying that it's really a PC for me. That's why I made that video. My prediction. To me, it's a PC, and what Microsoft's trying to do is trying to make it more appealing to console gamers. And how they're going to do that? My guess is, let me backtrack. Not backtrack, but let me put it this way. And I said this last year, even maybe 2 years ago. Tablets. Microsoft Surface tablets. When Microsoft released their tablets to compete with, the Android tablets and, the iPad, they didn't release a whole new tablet OS unique to the tablet. It's still Windows. In fact, I mentioned this. I said this story multiple times. My laptop, for whatever reason, it went into tablet mode. And I was like, how the hell do I get out of this? It was literally tablet mode. And none of the keys was working. I restarted it like 3 times. On the 3rd time, it finally booted back into a normal Windows environment. But like you guys have tablet capability in your PCs right now. The tablet operating system that's in the Surface tablets, that's just Windows. It's just tablet mode. So I said they can do the same thing for the console gamers. Just within the Windows, just have the application run it, in console mode. So that way you get like the console UI and stuff like that. But at its core, it's still the Windows operating system. And under that operating system, you can install Steam. You can install Epic Game Store. You can do all that. You can do all that stuff. So that's why I said that Helix is a PC, and they're going to try to make it appealing to the console gamer, but it's not actually going to be an actual console the way we know it by definition of when we want to buy something. When we want to buy something, we say we want to buy a console. We know exactly what we're looking for, So Helix, now, the biggest question that I brought up, was how they're going to do backwards compatibility. They could do it one of 2 ways. They install another the core Xbox operating system, so that way they can have that capability for backwards compatibility, or they found a way for emulation, whether it's through AI or something. They found a way through emulation to get Xbox games onto the Windows 11, which means that capability is not going to be exclusive to Helix. Because I guarantee Microsoft's not going to lock it down to just Helix. They're going to provide that capability to every gaming PC. If they found a way to use Windows 11 and emulate Xbox games, every PC gamer is going to get that. Microsoft's not going to limit it to just their own hardware. That's going to be an update for every PC gamer. It's what I'm saying, because that's how Microsoft works.
So my question is, why would I buy a Helix then? Like, what is it? The console is a PC. But if you're going to do that, then I'll go for I might as well get a gaming PC. I'll pick up my MSI.
You see? And they call me.
And I don't need it. Like, what?
I'm glad you said that, because people call me crazy. I'm like, listen.
It doesn't solve their fundamental problem. Yeah.
Their fundamental problem.
Fundamental issue.
Yeah. This is why they suck at hardware. They don't understand how to make their own hardware appealing. That's the fundamental flaw of Surface. It's literally, why would I buy a Surface if Dell and all these other tablets do the same thing as Surface at a cheaper price? Because Surface tend to be a little bit more expensive than the competing stuff. It's not like Microsoft locked out Dell from their tablets. Dell has the same capability as their Surface tablets at a cheaper price. So it's like,
And the Surface wasn't good. I had them. Battery life, everything is crap.
yeah, they're
But
not
then
good at
also going
hardware.
back to the pirating thing, like the minute you put it on Helix, it's meant to be easier, right? So if you just opened up the hacking market even more, like pirating, like you just, where are you going with this?
I don't know.
Like,
We'll find out
sorry.
more tomorrow if they even address it.
Yeah, the reason this is my understanding and my reading into it, is that the reason they're potentially going with the Helix is for three main reasons. Number one, they already have a contract with AMD. Lisa Su was very willing to come out to the public and remind them of that.
Okay.
Number two is they need an out for the hardware and specifically the enthusiasts. So they need to show them something and say, this is your Xbox, this is going to be your forever Xbox, this is going to be the most powerful Xbox, whatever they want to sell it, and their minions or the parasocial individuals are going to sell it and then go from there. The last bit of it is, at the end of the day, they're not Sega, right? Sega dipped their head and they said, okay, we're out. We're talking about Xbox, Microsoft, and there's some ego to it, and I think they're not going to accept losing. They lost. They've already kind of accepted they lost. Phil Spencer came out and said we kind of lost the worst generation, blah blah blah. But I think it's just, this one is just an acknowledgement of coming out and saying, hey guys, we'll offer you something that you can be comfortable with. And from now on in, we're third-party publisher. Yeah.
Another thing that could be is this is the easiest way to integrate AI into the gaming sector because they can't really do it with a console, an actual traditional console. But Windows 11, I mean, you saw how fast they integrated Copilot into into Office. And Office has like what, 200 million users, 200 plus million users, some insane amount of number. And they said it's Office Copilot now or whatever. So they have no problem renaming stuff for the sake of AI. So if they did it with Office, which has like 200 plus million, whatever, imagine something with only 30 million. Oh, you know damn well Copilot is going to take that over. They have no issues with that, right? But in order to properly take it over, it's got to be Windows based at its core and stuff like that. I do agree it's an easy way to slowly wean themselves out of hardware because it's PC, right? So chances are they're just gonna do what every other PC manufacturer does, which is sell it at cost, not at cost, but for profit. Not gonna have a lot of annual builds. They're not gonna order 20 million Helix. It's gonna be moderate manufacturing stuff, and if hardly anyone buys it, they just slowly stop building it. You know what I'm saying? Because no one really loses out. Because if they by them focusing on Windows, then you don't really lose anything if Microsoft stops making Helix, because you could just buy another PC because the games are being made for Windows, right? It's different. Let's say like if Microsoft shut down Series X today, that's impactful, right? Because then that tells the third party industry don't bother making games because it's not selling it at all anymore, which can impact the people who do have it. And now they're stuck with a dead platform. Dreamcast, that's what happened to Dreamcast gamers. Once Sega announced that they stopped making Dreamcast, the game stopped from third party. So all the people that had Dreamcast, they were, they had a paperweight. It was a coffin, But people with Project Helix, let's say, the Project Helix, they created it by whatever, and Microsoft says, yeah, we're no longer producing any more Helix box. That's not going to stop the console for gaming support because it's PC. It's just a basic PC, so they're always going to get games. They're always going to get the latest games. They're always going to get the new games because they're part of the PC community and stuff like that. So it's not like, a Project Helix owner who buys it ever has to worry about not getting games. They're part of the PC community now. They're just Xbox branded, right? So they'll be all right and stuff.
And one more thing to add is Microsoft, for some reason, they're very poor at picking their battles, right? For example, they were battling Apple in regards to mobile phones, and they took their eyes off from Google, right? And then Chrome just went through it. They were battling PlayStation with Xbox, and just past them. It was on their platform. It was on their OS. This small company, Steam or Valve, made a store, and they just steamed way past them. Again, like Microsoft should be owning the PC gaming, but they took their eyes off of PC gaming in such a way that a third party is so much successful, and they can't even compete with them on their platform. And I think with this Helix thing, they're making the same mistake again. Whoever they thinking they're gonna be battling with Steam or others, through that, some other third party is going to win out of it. Yep.
Interesting.
That's true.
Let me go to the viewer activity. We got a couple of things to catch up to. Glassdoor Gamer with the super chat. Thank you so much. He says, I love developing for Mac because it's easy to optimize. Making ports on PC is a pain in the butt with all the profiles, and these PC guys always cry. Okay.
Damn.
Make them cry more.
Yeah. We got Merco 81, $5 super chat. Says, remember when Insomniac got hacked? Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back. Here it goes. Remember when Insomniac got hacked and PC Master Race bragged about playing a pre-alpha Wolverine build? They better get comfortable with Timu Logan.
Oh man.
Oh man, yep.
No.
Enjoy many hours with that version. All right. Glassdoor Gamer with $2 super chat. Thank you. He says Steam machines can't play 90% of the live services. Oh yeah. So that's a good thing. That's something I didn't know about that. Apparently because it's Linux based or whatever, or Steam OS, it doesn't have a security feature that's mandated for certain games, that's like in Call of Duty, Battlefield. So it can't play those games. It can't play some big live service games. So it's going to be like, wait a minute, a Steam. Now, what people are saying is, well, you can install Windows, but now you're talking about, all right, you install Windows into it, and the hardware's not that great. How the game's going to run? So it's going to be interesting. But the native Steam OS can play Battlefield, Call of Duty, and I think it's a bunch of other games, big games. Because I think it's like an anti-cheat thing. That Windows has, but Steam OS doesn't have. Interesting.
True.
Glassdoor Gamer, another $2 super chat. He says Xbox One was their Sega CD moment. If Xbox Series X is their Saturn, yeah, Sega CD or Sega 32X. Either or, however you want to put it. But the Xbox Series platform this gen really messed up the branding name, the mindshare. Xbox lost all his mindshare, all of it. Especially the moment they put their games on PlayStation, that really tanked it. It tanked it bad because that went through everywhere. Everybody knows now that you could get Xbox games on PlayStation, and there's no turning back on that one. I know there's talk now of potentially of with new leadership,
their games off of PlayStation.
They're looking at going back to exclusives. Like, listen, I'm gonna say this. I think the main sticking point to that is Satya. I don't think he's that dude. I don't think anybody in Xbox can go to Satya and tell him, here's the plan. We're gonna pull games off of PlayStation. At least that. Yes, it's gonna result in lots of sales over the next 2-3 years, but we're doing that to build the brand name so we can fight the console war or the market, fight for a piece of the market for the next generation. I don't think he's gonna sign that. I don't think he's co-signing that because he's tired of losing money now. Now you're gonna tell him you're gonna lose even more money? I don't think Satya's that dude. I don't think he cares about Xbox that much that he's willing to eat up more losses and then tell the board members, yeah, this is a sacrifice we have to make. I personally don't see that. I don't see that from him. If he was any other CEO, maybe, but I don't think he's going to co-sign any strategy that's going to result in more losses in revenue and less and still not make profit or hurt chances of profitability year over year for the next 2-3 years, whatever, to bring back an image of Xbox exclusives. I don't think he's gonna co-sign that. I think him and Asha already have a strategy, and it's heavily involved in AI, multi-platform approach, multi-platform development, games everywhere, service everywhere, no more losses on hardware. I think I tell the Xbox community you should be focusing on two things. Number one, when they finally do give full information on this hardware, it may be a GDC, it might not. But when they do, can you convince your current Xbox gamers to sign off on this? Because again, half of the Xbox fan base is on the Xbox Series S. They paid $300. They didn't pay $500 for their
Paid
Xbox.
$150.
They played, some paid even $200. That's all they wanted to pay. You release a box that's $900, $1,000, or are you going to get the Xbox Series S gamers on board? Probably not. They probably have no interest paying, that much money, on an Xbox product when they didn't even bother buying the Series X. So half the Series console owners are $300 or less. Let's look at that. Plain and simple. They didn't care about power. They just wanted something accessible, easy to go. $300, $250, $200. That was the go-to price. They bought it. Now the next platform, $1,200. They'd be like, "Yeah, you bugging."
But according to them, the Series S was just as powerful as the PlayStation 5.
I know, right? Yeah.
Prepare to be shocked.
Oh man, love that one. Oh man, I love that BS in 2020.
On a different note, Bam Adebayo just broke Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. He had 83 points. Guy got 80.
Yeah, because nobody plays defense these days, So.
Yeah,
I mean,
unbelievable. All right, but keep talking. No, I just wanted to say because I still can't.
Crazy. Oh shit.
I just seen it. Just seen it now.
Not impressed.
83 points.
Not impressed.
Not impressed.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. But so that's the first thing I tell Xbox gamers. Can you even convince the current Xbox gamers that you have, the majority of them, to even go buy the next Xbox, let alone try to attract new gamers, the gamers that gave up on Xbox? That's your first step.
Yeah.
The second step is the future of Game Pass.
Yeah,
you got to focus on that. Are they going to maintain Game Pass the way it is? Are they going to do dramatic price increase? Are they going to tear it out again? Are they going to create a new tier and now split it again? That's what you should be. That's why you should be. Those are the two things you need to focus. Is the hardware really going to be adopted by the current Xbox fan base? Let's not even talk about the people who are done with Xbox. Some people don't even care. Xbox does. Some Xbox fell off so bad, some people are done with them. They're like, we're done. There's no reason to even, especially with Xbox games on PlayStation. A lot of gamers like, there's not even no reason to even consider Xbox next gen because the games are on PlayStation, but the PlayStation games are not on Xbox. So it's a simple choice. Get the box that has Xbox and PlayStation games and the best third-party support. Easy answer. So for a lot of people, the Project Helix is not even, in contention. The decision's done for next gen. They're getting a PlayStation 6. They got the Xbox games. They got the PlayStation games. Best third-party support. They're done. It's an easy choice. They don't have to wonder anything else. But the current Xbox fan base, half of them are Series S. They didn't pay $500 or $600 for their console. They paid $300 because they didn't see any value in paying $500 for an Xbox. So if this Xbox is above, the $900, $1,000, $1,200 price point, how are you going to convince half of your Series X owners to buy you when you price them out dramatically? And then Game Pass. The one thing that these gamers love about Xbox, that's going to change.
Went up.
It's going to have a dramatic price increase. I think they're going to re-tier it out. I think it's going to be a new level of tiers, because if they put this PC thing, right? Check how crazy this is, right? If you got this PC thing going on and you have Steam, and this is what's crazy, one of the biggest things they're talking about is Steam. I get it. It sounds attractive for the next hardware device. But that hurts Microsoft. Because that means they're going to lose out on third party. The third party money's gone. Microsoft lost money. Now, granted, they probably did that because they're probably not making a lot of third party money anyway. Because the majority of the third party money is going to PlayStation and console gaming. They really don't have a market to gain a lot of third party revenue. But this is going to completely wipe it out. Because who's going to buy third-party games on the Microsoft Store? You have to be a special, you have to be a Riri of a special type to still waste money on the Microsoft Store when you have access to Steam.
Facts.
So they cut that out of the loop. So
Yep.
Game Pass is their primary way to make money off of third-party games. The third-party games are on Game Pass, and of course their own portfolio of first-party games is going to be the major driver of revenue. Then, of course, the sale of their own first-party games on other platforms. Nintendo Switch 2, they'll get there. PlayStation, right? But as far as their own Helix, it's primarily Game Pass. But they're going to have to tier it out. The price has got to go up, or they're going to tier it out differently. They're going to do something. They're going to add ads, just like any other. And it's not really making me talking trash to Microsoft. Everybody with a subscription service is doing it. They're doing something. They're trying to draw blood from the stone. They're always trying to find a way to get more money out of the consumer that's already there. Amazon did it when they added ads. Oh, but we're gonna give you commercials now, even though you've been watching stuff without commercials for years. But now you got to watch commercials. But if you really don't want to watch commercials, pay us $3 a month. Like, I'm gonna pay you
That's crazy.
for service that I had before, and you took it away, and now I got to pay you to get it back. No. Just walk away and go to the kitchen and get something to eat every time the commercial. I'm getting fat because of it. But hey, oh well. I'm holding the line. I'm holding the line. I will win I will not let Amazon beat me into giving them $3 more a month for something I had already.
Oh man.
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But you see what I'm saying? So everyone's doing it. I don't know. So that's what I tell the Xbox community, because they tried to. I seen like tweets or whatever, and talking about potential of Helix, but they always try the PlayStation community. Like something like, oh, it's gonna have powerful thing. You could play, a lot of games at 60 FPS, and they're like, oh, well, PlayStation's all about more power. So if they don't consider this, then the whole power thing on Pro is just bullshit. I'm like, yo, why you gotta bring up PlayStation? They got nothing to do with PlayStation. How about the fact that most PlayStation gamers think Xbox sucks, so they don't give a shit why Helix does?
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of gamers think Xbox sucks. Like I said, Xbox didn't really make a good name for themselves this gen. So it's like, some people, they don't care what Microsoft does going forward. We talk about it. I talk about it from just a curiosity perspective, the podcast, technology. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not buying a Helix. I don't give a shit what it does. I think Microsoft sucks at hardware. So they have a shitty reputation for hardware. They have not been good since 2013. I'm not buying a goddamn thing they making. Ain't no way. I'm going to stay far as away as possible from Xbox hardware. Anything called the Xbox, I'm staying far away. They have sucked ass for 13 years. Ain't no reason for me to give them a benefit of doubt. 13 years you've been garbage. What benefit of doubt you need from me? Hell no. I'm good. I'm doing this all for curiosity, knowledge, conversations, and gaming, but I'm not buying the Helix. I don't care what it does. Their reputation.
On the Series X, I'm good.
Yeah.
Xbox is dog shit.
And I told people, hey, I warned Doc Dark. In the beginning of the gen, he's talking about I'm getting a Series X. I'm like, bro, I guarantee you're going to end up on PC before this gen's over. I'm telling you now. It sounds good because you haven't played the Xbox One or the 360, so you're catching up to all the great titles that I already moved on from. But you never played it, so I get it. Game Pass, and you get to catch up all that. But watch what happens when you catch up. When you catch up to the entire library, you're gonna look at it and you'll be like, "What the fuck is left?" And you're gonna be like, "Get the hell out of here! I'm done with this shit." And that's exactly what happened. He went through all that stuff, and he's like, "All right." And then all of a sudden, he got pissed off because he was being forced to play at 30 FPS. Yet on his ROG Ally, not ROG Ally, but yeah, the ROG Ally, when he had the first series, the first generation ones, he was playing Starfield at 60 FPS. He's like, how the hell am I playing Starfield at 60 FPS on my handheld, but I can't play on my Series X? And then he was done with, at that point, he's like, I'm done. I'm getting a PC. I'm done.
Yeah, well, a lot of them did
I told you you're going to get a PC. Of course, they don't have a choice because PC is the better Xbox. It really is. Granted, PC has its issues, but man, Microsoft really screwed up their console so bad that it made PC appealing. Even with exclusive games and time exclusive games, Microsoft did a better job of selling PC than selling their own console. And that's why so many of these Xbox gamers left to PC because they really made a better case to get your game. Sony didn't. Even though PC gamers saying, "Oh, my PC's a better PlayStation," I'm like, it really isn't because you ain't playing Wolverine this year, and now you'll never get to play it. Be lucky if you get Yotai. Be lucky if you get that. Because that it sounds like that project already got canceled for PC. They stopped the port. They moved on from it. Supposedly, allegedly. So
that's what I'm saying. Allegedly. I mean, allegedly. That's where I'm going to leave it. Allegedly, that and Gran Turismo and all that stuff. Demon Souls all got.
Gran Turismo, yeah. Well, that I know if Gran Turismo not out right now, it's because Gran Turismo came out in 2022. If it was going to go on PC, it would have been out by now.
Yeah, it would have been on PC a long time ago.
But we'll see. But yeah. Let me continue on with the. Oh no, that's it. That's all the super chats and stuff like that. But
okay,
yeah, I think we covered anything else. So Helix GDC's tomorrow. Now I did get word. People were telling me don't expect much about Project Helix in terms of hardware. Apparently it's more the conversation on software.
Oh, like the PlayStation thing, the Sony thing that happened like not too long ago, when they were just talking about the electronics and stuff, something like that.
No, so more like development support across the gaming industry, and so potentially the conversation will be more about Microsoft, Microsoft, and how their future aligns with getting games made for all creators and all developers. So it's not so much. So it's not so much about the console, but more about software and AI. Supposedly AI heavy, and how their tools could be used to help speed up development. Apparently, they have something that can take backwards compatible games and quickly get them to 4K, 120 FPS, better textures and stuff like that. There's some AI generator or whatever. You can easily, get games backwards compatible and import it through some AI. So it says it's going to be more about that than about the console. We'll see. I don't know. That was what told to me in the DMs. It's going to be more about their software capability and what they plan for the future for the gaming industry, not just for themselves, but across all developers and stuff like that, and how Microsoft can help all developers. With this, not just themselves or whatever. So it wasn't like an exclusive capability for Helix, but more of think of Microsoft when they owned Havoc. Everyone was able to use Havoc. So it's having tool sets that everyone could use. So it's more about that than the console itself. We'll see. I think, or the console, Project Helix, whatever. I would hope they actually talk about it, but I think if they don't talk about GDC, then the only thing I could think of is they're probably going to have its own showcase style unveiling, where they'll talk.
I think they'll do that too.
I think at another, I think at another venue or another time, they'll talk about Helix. But if that's the case, I don't think Helix is coming out this year.
Right.
It might be a 2027 system. I don't know.
And I saw people talking about it's going to run Grand Theft Auto the best. It's like, well, Grand Theft Auto's coming out this year, and they're talking about that device is not coming out till late next year. So I don't know what because Grand Theft Auto. Because
if Project Helix, whatever hardware device comes out and it's supposed to come out this year, then we got to hear about it at least by May. It's got to be unveiled by May or something. It's got to be unveiled soon. So that way,
I think summer Game Fest. Yeah, they may be able to do some of the summer Game Fest. Possibly.
Maybe, yeah. But it's got to unveil soon. Like they're not going to unveil it the day before they launch it.
Yeah,
it's got to be unveiled. Then they're going to talk about it. Then they're going to do interviews. The whole viral. They're going to get their content creators all up in it. Tech talk, specs talks. Jason Ronald does his little rounds of talk, and then the pre-order, and then all that stuff.
Yeah, but they still gonna have some time for that to come out.
Yeah. But if we don't hear anything about it, then it's not coming out this year. That means they'll unveil it
Yeah, it
next
should be
year.
like
Then at that
2027
point, the
already.
Grand Theft Auto 6 point is moot.
Yeah, I just I don't know why they're talking about something that's a year.
Because
it's
they
like
don't.
2027.
Because you know what it is? They don't want the PS5 Pro be the best place to play Grand Theft Auto 6. They don't want.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Nah,
Exactly
That's
what
right.
it is.
That's right. It's a console war shit.
Exactly what it is.
Right
Nail on the
now,
head.
Okay.
as it stands, this year the best place to play, at least apparently, hopefully, unless things go wrong and go far left, but the best place to play Grand Theft Auto 6 this year is the PlayStation 5 Pro. That's the platform.
Right.
You know, out of all the platforms Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, PS5 Pro will be the best place to play because it's not coming out on PC this year.
Right.
So they don't
Yeah, I
want
didn't even
that
think about
tag. That they don't want that tag to be associated with Pro. So they're hoping Helix comes out this year, so that way. But here's the funny part. But what if Helix is strictly a Windows 11 OS based platform?
Right.
Then you're not gonna have GTA 6 come out on Helix. Because it's not gonna be made for
Yeah,
Windows
that's
11
not right.
until the PC version is released.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I guarantee
I didn't think about that.
Take-Two is not gonna allow emulation to run Grand Theft Auto 6
So ain't.
on the Helix.
So
I
ain't.
would
They don't play that.
crack the
They don't
fuck
play
up.
that.
That would be oh my god, that would be I would laugh. Oh, you don't know the videos and the shit talking I would do Friday. You know what that is? You release Project Helix. It costs, let's say you release it in November or whatever. It costs $1,200. Then
Still
Grand
ain't gonna
Theft Auto
get it.
6 comes out. People buy it. Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, and people are like, why can't I play Grand Theft Auto 6? And the answer is it's because Helix is PC based. Grand Theft Auto 6 not released for Windows yet. You have to wait until Take-Two announces the PC release. How many people will be pissed and buying the Xbox console and you're not playing Grand Theft Auto 6 because
They
it's a
feelings
PC?
gonna be hurt.
Oh
They feelings
man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, bro.
Man,
You want
I'ma
the
laugh.
laughter
I'ma
that will
laugh.
come out. I know it's bad. I should feel bad, but I wouldn't. I would just crack up. It would be so damn funny. So damn funny.
Yeah, I'm done feeling bad for the Xbox community. The fact that they champion Game Pass and not paying for games, and yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally the Series X all
Yeah.
over again, dude. They're fucking they're saying it's gonna be the strongest place to play your games. It's this and that. Like, I got burned by you
See
guys.
what happened after that happened, right? You
Yeah.
see what happened
And
after they said that too. They flopped
No.
hard.
Yeah. I'm
I would
looking
just
at like how
it's not that big a difference, you know.
Yeah.
I've never
look at how
understood.
the Xbox Rogue Ally turned out. Like, if it's gonna be something similar, they're not gonna. Yeah.
No.
That hardly sold that. They hardly sold that.
Yeah.
Y'all are mean. to the
Yeah.
Are we
to the
really,
Xbox
though?
community.
You
Burn
know
it down to
the
the
interesting.
ground.
You know, the interesting thing about the strongest place to play never works. And the reason being is we know intrinsically, all gamers know intrinsically, that's just a complete BS statement, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want the strongest place to play, it would be buying a 5090 or, buying the beast of a computer that is. So, but from the get-go, their marketing slogan is a lie. And to be honest, I am quite surprised that, with Asha and Matt Booty, but the reason that the messaging hasn't really changed is Aaron Greenberg. He's still there. He's the marketing person. He tried, with the Xbox One, the marketing slogan, whatever it is, and then they tried it with X and S, and fundamentally, it is not working.
Well, I mean, you have to go back to the PS4 era where they think they lost their fan base, or maybe not Xbox, but their fan base thinks they lost it because of 1080p versus 900p or 792p. They truly do believe that's why they lost that generation, because they believe that the games were better on Xbox. I mean, I had an Xbox for 6 months. The messages that I was getting, and I didn't know you could leave voice messages on there. I didn't know that. It was like an answering machine. but they actually did believe that Xbox had better
And
games and better
that is-
services and things like that. So
That is a warped perception. That is a
I don't
complete
disagree.
warped perception.
I
When I
agree.
was- when I was- Yeah. When I was
agree.
buying Destiny on PlayStation or whatever, or I had an Xbox One, I didn't think, oh, it's it's gonna perform better. It's just like, what in average gamer thinks, oh, there's a 900 or whatever the difference is. You either go where the games are or your friends are, or I think that's pretty much, or possibly a little bit of new tech, the marketing slogans, emotion engine, and blast processing. Maybe that has an effect. But other than that, like, we don't care if there's a small resolution difference. We never did.
They don't understand. You're not wrong, but they don't understand it. And the catchphrase this generation was velocity architecture and 52 CUs. So that's why I said, that's why I was saying, if the new PlayStation is 52 CUs, and it's coming out next year. According to Moore's Law is dead. Shout out to him. And all these people screaming because they're poor and broke and they don't want it to come out. I'm like, hell, I may buy it out of spite, just to spite them, because I'm like, well, finally the 52 CUs I'll have in my house, because I had an Xbox. I'm like, I did not see the 52 CUs, so maybe Sony got them. Maybe they went over there and jacked them from them. So
yeah, but please understand, when they say 52 CUs, with Mark Cerny's presentation, and I think Jack from AMD, their presentation is that it's not about the how many quantities of CUs you have. It's in regards to what those CUs are capable of doing. Fast processing, compression, RT, system hardware based ray tracing, and also AI upscaling. So
I understand. No, I mean you're right. Yeah, but that was the catchphrase. It was 52 CUs and what was it? RDNA 1.5. I mean, they were trying everything and nothing worked. So like I said, was it last May or last March when, shout out to Zubitech, he put up that big old picture of Forza 5 and it said coming to PlayStation. I was at work when I saw it. I was like, is this real? Did you all Photoshop this? Then I got home and everybody was losing their minds. It was crazy. So yeah.
Because at the end of the day, PlayStation showed Ratchet and Clank and Aloy with its her peach fuzz, and they showed Jake.
Peach fuzz. What?
Woke. That's that woke stuff right there. That's woke.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna buy that anyway because it's woke. I mean, there's no reason not to buy it.
That's
woke. That's why I'm playing Resident Evil. That's why I'm playing the Resident Evil game, because I don't think this Resident Evil is as good as Resident Evil 8, but it's woke. I'm like, well, I'll just keep playing it until
God.
Which is not bad. I mean, everybody thinks it's bad. It's not bad. No, well, I mean, again, the game's woke. They sent an FBI agent. This woman didn't take a phone nor her gun. Every FBI, it's like, what are we doing here? Well, the game's woke, so that stuff like that.
Bro, what are you talking about? She looks at her phone. A gun. Yes, she
does
did.
have a phone?
Yes,
Okay.
she has a phone in the first cutscene. She's looking at her phone. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, then how come I can't use it during the game?
Because she lost it. They kidnapped her when she's hung up on the gurney. It's gone.
Right. They did. Where's her gun though?
Dickhead. They took it with her phone.
They took her gun too.
City probably
what
don't
a
have any
dumbass take. I am with that. What a dumbass take.
but the game is woke, so it is what it is.
Oh my god.
My point is that the game's woke. So and I love it. I love it. So but I got a gun on. She got a gun now. That's all that counts. She got a gun now where I'm at in the game. So 2 guns actually. So
all right. Okay, we covered all the topics. So unless somebody
Craig
has
needs
some
to wear a helmet.
Oh man.
I'll just play, Brother Craig. Never change. Never change.
Absolutely.
I got you, brother.
Hey, you're talking about the voice of Helix, so relax. All right.
Yeah,
the most
powerful device
Helix,
ever made by
Helix
mankind.
taking over people's brains.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Kraken is lacking. Yeah.
All right, so let's get with our outros. All right, to wrap this show up, I think we covered both topics quite well. We'll kick it off with Chill Will.
Hey, yeah, appreciate you for having me, P Rock. Man, shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat. If you guys want, you can follow me on my channel at AH Will right here on YouTube. I just did a whole playthrough of Resident Evil Requiem. I'm about to start my last Insanity run, see how that goes. Sounds like a rage quit right there. But man, appreciate y'all for having me. Hit that like button.
Mm-hmm. All right, appreciate it. All right, Craig.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter. And yeah, like I said, I just won the Super Bowl Madden. Check out that stream if you all want to see me struggle
Nice.
struggle to a win. Yeah, if you want to see me struggle to a win, it was a struggle. I mean, it was a hard game. And so yeah, shout out to everybody. Make sure you sign up. Follow everybody here on this stream. Great stream. Great group of guys. And play Resident Evil and feel the wokeness taking over. That's all there is to it. And get the secret ending. There's 3 endings to Resident Evil. That's what I was told. So we'll see.
Okay.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there.
There's it.
All right, Henry.
He really don't know.
All right.
There's only
Hit the
two
like
endings,
button,
brother.
guys. Hit the like button. Follow Chill Will. Follow Brother Craig. Follow Sean. They do live streams. My website, I have a link tree. It's basically search Linktree. It's / made by Henry. It'll have a list of all the links that you can reach me at. It'll go to my shop where I sell my print work. It'll go to the places where I show you my plushies. It'll tell you my Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Linktree, made by Henry.
Right. Before I go,
if I want a plushie, how much would you charge me if I want my own plushie?
I mean,
Charge him the woke price.
I would,
give me
I
a
would
woke
only,
price. Yeah.
I would charge you the design and send you to the manufacturer. Chances are, the minimum production is either.
Sorry, there's
500
one
or
more
1,000.
topic. Shit.
Yeah.
Run that back.
I forgot dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
Super chat.
Valkyrie, I need you to jump in and slap me, do the crane kick.
Okay, first,
I completely
First,
forgot.
go to Super
I'm like,
Chat.
wait a minute, I could have sworn there was something
go to
else.
Super Chat,
Yeah, you got super
and
chats
then
too.
Henry's plushies. Just get them.
Yeah, and also let me get some super chat. Yeah, we got one more topic, the dynamic pricing. I knew I was missing something. But so we're gonna run that back. We're running it back. For the people who left, I'm sorry. If you left, but if you stood around, you're a trooper. Because you're probably thinking, wait a minute. We got one more topic. All right, but to do the super chats, we got Glassdoor Gamer. He says PCs are calculators because they had a CPU first. Oh man. We also got Rufus. Thank you for the super chat. Says Steam Machine is launching this year while PS6 next year, so leaving PS games on Steam is giving it advantage over PS6. It could affect PS6 sales. Yes. And we talked about it before on this podcast. I said, before all this came out, PlayStation 6 would have been the first generation where you could get a lot of the games on another platform, and you don't need a PlayStation 6. So I would imagine Sony made considerations on that as well. We got Glenzer with a $2 super chat. Magnus is MS's last console. It could be. Absolutely could be. Galaxy Fur, $5 super chat. Yeah. Like I said, this gen right now is the Saturn gen. Next gen is the Dreamcast gen. It's pretty ominous.
Fucked up.
I wouldn't even
Yeah.
I wouldn't even do match them to Sega because at least Sega had their exclusives on their Dreamcast. It's just a matter of bad public relations they had with retailers and their fans, right? So
They went down with the ship.
And,
they got rid of the console first before they started putting games on other platforms. Yeah,
Dreamcast was absolutely their love letter to their fans because it was a good system.
Yeah, it was. It's just a shame.
Yeah.
Galaxy Fur, $5 super chat says Helix needs bigger specs to support bloated Windows 11. Windows 11 will zap performance from Magnus hardware just as it does Xbox Drive Ally X. Yeah, it is. Well, it's not an optimized system for gaming because it's a multifunctional, multi-versatile device that does everything. I mean, imagine buying Project Helix and you loaded Teams up. And Teams pop up or Excel spreadsheets.
Oh man,
I'll be mad as hell. Imagine playing on Helix and then all of a sudden Office 365 subscription screen comes out. Would you like to sign up? Like what?
The main thing I'll say about Helix for Microsoft is that it does seem like they've been able to turn a page because the week before last or the last 2 weeks, I think even Cole Eastwood was saying like the last week or 2 weeks have been awful as far as the news coming out and getting and so I will give this with Don't Squeeze the Sharma doing this. She has helped. Yeah, she has been able to at least get positive things. People are looking forward to what they're doing versus like, oh God, what are they doing now? So
you don't really have a choice though, because what good things are they doing now to enjoy on the platform you're on now? Let's be honest.
No, I mean,
if you look at what's being talked about, nothing good is coming out with the platform they own now. They're not talking about Xbox now because there's really nothing good about it now to talk about. All they got is the hope for the future. That's the only thing good about Xbox is hope in the future. But imagine owning a console now and no one talks about it. You'd be like, what?
Well, remember, rebellions were built on hope. That's what they said in World So, built on hope.
And hope is not a course of action.
Yeah, and in the words of the late great Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. I think that's what they're going to be seeing tomorrow. So we'll see that.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Man, we went from just wait till E3 till like there's no more E3.
Oh yeah, wait till
E3. Yeah, there's no more now. Wait till GDC. Oh man, that's funny. Oh man, things went left when they told Zaire wait till Tokyo Game Show. Yeah. And he's like, Tokyo Game Show.
Nobody gives a fuck about Xbox on Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, exactly. Hell, he's like, he lost it. Wait till Tokyo Game Show, Z. Oh, I was there when they told him that. Oh, I was dying. Wait till Tokyo Game Show. I'm like, yo, I can't. Glassdoor Gamer, $5 super chat says, when the PS6 comes out and games can be a consistent 120 FPS, that's a wrap for PC value proposition. The FPS crew will move over. 240 is overkill. All right.
Well, understand with the PS6, it's going to be the first party games. Yeah, the first party games will be 120. It's not the third party. People could say go kick rocks on that. So but they might not. I don't know. It's got 52 CU, so I agree with it. It should be.
I'm thinking when you look at the jump of PlayStation though, last gen started out as 1080p 30, and now this gen we're getting 4K 60 with ray tracing. So that's when you look at gen to gen jump on PlayStation because of this, mid-gen refresh, the technology jumped pretty quick, And I think that this is important with it, so we went from 1080p, 2013 PS4 launch was 1080p 30. Now we're at the PS5 Pro with 4K 60 with ray tracing, not just low end because you can see with Crimson Desert they released the specs. PlayStation obviously being the better performant, better FPS, and better ray tracing quality.
I hope that PS5 game really shows. Like, I really hope that game is what it is, bro.
Like everybody feels like it's a Ponzi scheme. Like this game's a Ponzi scheme.
They haven't shown console footage yet. Like I know they put the spec sheet out there, but that's just what they're targeting. That's not what it actually runs at. Like. The 30 minutes of gameplay that they have shown was running on a high-end PC. I just want that game to be...
The last time they did that, the last game that did that was Cyberpunk. And you saw how that turned out. When they completely did not show the console version at all. So, yeah, we'll see, man.
The console footage they did show was like, it wasn't even in-engine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
My best advice to Crimson Desert...
Land the game, please.
I don't know if any guys listening to me, don't do what CD Projekt did. If the console versions are bad, brother, just delay the game. Do not release it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do if you have to do PC first.
Listen, I'll say that. Release it on PC first. If the PC version is ready, just release it on PC first.
Right.
Just release the PC. And just say, hey, the console version is not ready. We're releasing the PC version. Get it out there. And we're going to continue to work more. Just do that. Sure, you're going to get some backlash, but don't release a bad game. Just don't. Don't make Sony. Don't make everybody refund game. Don't make everybody says, you know what, refund the game. Don't do it. Because I'm telling you, don't do it. Delay the shit. Get it ready. Get it right. That is absolutely important. Glenzer, $2 super chat. PR, get some links in here. Treat your panel right. Right? Oh shit! Oh shit! They want
That's
the
fucked
links.
up.
Oh man, damn! Call me out and shit. All right, guys.
Damn.
Send me your links.
Oh,
And now, okay. So now, hey, guys, send me your links.
oh, bloody.
Now it's not like you guys can't post it yourselves. But hey, I'll do it for y'all. God forbid they actually do it themselves.
My link is just simply type in "get it ready." It will take you right to my link. It will take you right to my link. Exactly what you need to do. If you go,
but if everybody have links, put it in the DM in our group, DM Twitter thing, and I will copy and paste it into the chat.
Watch the mods remove my
God,
link and ban me.
God forbid y'all do it yourselves and click enter.
Yeah. Hey, man, your mods might ban me for putting in links, right?
Aren't you a mod? You should be a mod though.
I'm not.
You're not a mod?
I don't think most of us are mods. Most of us are not mods.
You got mods.
Really?
You don't need us to be mods. Yeah.
Hold on. Valkyrie's a mod.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Listen, man. Closed mouths
could
don't
be a
get
mod.
fed. Gotta say something. Listen, you're not Destiny. I told you guys, I'm not getting nothing out of the refrigerator for you. I'm not getting nothing out of the refrigerator. Get your own beer. Right? I'm not getting you. All right, let's see. All right. All right. So I need everybody to type something in the chat so I can see your name because I am not gonna.
Yeah, I just did it now.
Let me see. Let me see.
Here, let me.
Okay, Sean K. the King. All right.
Yeah, now I'll be podcasting tomorrow. If anybody wants to jump up and join, it will be a smoke show.
Yeah,
so if you disagree with me, come on through.
Yeah, but
Okay. Well,
I don't. Yeah, I don't disagree much with you. Maybe
it's okay for you to jump up there and try to give me the business. I gotta have it ready. So that's why I keep saying it. So that's what everybody on the panel. Yeah. Well, no, nobody agrees with me. Nobody agrees with everybody all the time. So yeah, that way everybody can just come on up there. And I'll be in Porter Rock's Discord if it's okay with Porter Rock.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I don't do anything else with that. I don't do anything else with this Discord. So. All right. So now that Extreme is here, we can close out the show. No, I'm just kidding. We're here for one. So we're here for one last topic. But I'm going to give you your chance to talk about the question, the age-old question, the question that is older than what is the point of life. And the question is, should Sony delist their games from Steam? To delist or not to delist? That is the question. Your thoughts, kind sir.
Are you muted?
I think you're muted. So the answer is the universe has spoken. Definitely. You have no opinion. You don't get a say. No. The universe has spoken. So what are your thoughts? Should Sony delist their games off of Steam?
I've been saying delist for a long time. I made a video about 2 weeks ago saying that this whole not putting games on PC is not enough. They need to take them off of PC. They need to take them off of other platforms. Matter of fact, they should delist Lego Horizon from the Switch. It's not just the PC Xbox thing. It's an all around thing.
Oh shit!
No, it's just to me it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why PlayStation fans would tolerate it or be for. I don't know. Like, how does it serve us? You know what I mean? And I feel like this entire generation, Sony has been taking care of everybody but the PlayStation customer. So when you've been prioritizing everybody else, it's like, well, you have some work to do.
Okay. All right. Good. So now we can move on to. Oh, go ahead.
Just to add to M's point is that I'm dying to. There's two things regarding I want to talk to with M about. First of all, I've lost the gentleman's bet. So M, you won. Marathon in terms of play wise didn't even hit 100,000, and I thought it's going to be high based on its quality. Number two is Marathon is not a PlayStation game; it's a PC game. They don't have touchpad support on PlayStation. They don't have haptic trigger support. Now the haptic feedback support is okay.
Whoa, hold up. You're telling me Marathon on the console? Bad enough. I heard this, but I was gonna let it slide. But now that you added this other stuff, I'm not gonna let it slide no more. Marathon doesn't have PSSR 2.0 support either on the Pro.
It does have PSSR support.
Yeah, I thought it did.
No, but not 2.0. I think it's 1.0.
Okay, but it's also downsampling from like 5K or 6K.
So and now you don't have haptic feedback in the game on the console.
No, well, haptic, rumble or whatever you want to call it, haptic is good. But the haptic triggers with the guns and everything, there's nothing, right? It's just typical third-party game. And also, because it's a PC game, there's a lot of menus that you have to go through, and
it's not intuitive.
You cannot, you cannot control it with the touchpad, or it doesn't have any motion tracking support on the PlayStation DualSense. So, like, I love the game, right? The game is amazing, but I'm looking at it, I'm going,
it's a PC
Sony,
game.
what are you doing? And the other thing I would say is that at the moment it has around 6,000 reviews on PlayStation. God of War, Sons of Sparta, right? Or that game has 8,000 review, and I have been struggling. So I went into the system in PlayStation, in the game, and I disabled crossplay, and I'm playing alone, and I'm finding it difficult to find games, sessions.
What time are you playing?
Wait. Hold on. You're telling me more people reviewed that small indie Sons of Sparta game than Marathon?
At the moment, yes.
Was Marathon released or is it just a beta?
Marathon is out.
No, is out.
Yeah, it came out Thursday.
Wow. See, I didn't even know it came out. That's fun.
And you're a Bungie guy.
Big deal.
Oh, shit. He's like, I didn't even know it was out.
No, that game that EA made, that game EA did, Apex. It didn't start with a gigantic number. It built that. The game is called Marathon, so I assume people are just going to kind of join in. So
you think it's not a sprint? It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. That's what you're saying, Craig. That's what you're saying, Craig. The game is called Marathon because it's going to take a while. That's a good one. That's some good damage control right there. I don't know. I mean, it's doing okay. I will say this before we get to topic. I will say this, and I think we all agree to this. Marathon did not launch to the same success of, let's say, Destiny and Destiny 2. They were bigger spectacles. And that's probably why Entity thought
like 300K?
Yeah, I think that's why Entity thought that it was going to do the same thing, but compared to the launch of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, nowhere near that level. Marathon did not reach near the level of 1 and 2. We could say that. Now, it could get bigger over time with better maps, because that's the thing about live service. That's the key. The updates, the maps, and all the trinkets and all that stuff. You can get a game to be bigger than what it is over time. One of the best examples is, what is it? The Sky game.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Look how huge that game is.
That started out with low numbers. Yeah, that started
low numbers. That dude disappeared, boy. He got ran off the internet. That's how bad that game flopped. And now look at it. So, but we can't say, and I think Marathon did not launch to the same hype that Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 accomplished. So, but I do hear everybody who is playing the game, they're enjoying it. They're saying it's a good game.
That's what I've heard.
All I'm adding is, I think I have maybe 10 hours in it, that it is the best first-person shooter game released since Titanfall 2. Now, I know that is a big statement, but there's nothing like it in the market at the moment. And of course, hopefully it is successful, but the quality of the game is through the roof. Now, as I said, there's so many different problems with it, but the fundamental of the game is one of the best games ever developed in terms of giving you anxiety. Like the fights between the PvP is just amazing, and the PvE is nail-bitingly close. So what Sony did, and with Bungie, is they delivered the quality. The most interesting thing about it is that the player base is not really in mass coming to support it, which I never expected.
So I will say
I mean,
this.
to me,
Why did
I
you
give that.
think that it will be? Because I think your prediction was not only that it would be successful, but that it would be like a mega success at launch. So why did you think that? And then why do you think that hasn't materialized?
So first of all, number one is I knew the game was absolute quality, right? And I thought through just word of mouth, through whatever the process that comes in, that it is going to be a massive success just through the sheer word of mouth based on its quality. Because as I said, as I keep saying, the quality is there, right? Like if you play it and once you get hooked in, all you think about is marathon, doing the next run and the next run and the next run. So that is the biggest thing. Now, in terms of why it didn't hit 200,000 or 300,000, of course, there's a big campaign that is going against it. I think there's a lot of people who were burnt by Destiny through Bungie. Maybe that could be the case. There were a massive negative, marketing or campaign against it due to the stolen art and how it was originally presented last year. And even Henry said, right, he didn't know the game even came out. So I'm not sure where the message is being lost.
Bungie fan. Yeah, so
He's a Bungie fan. Wait, the game's out.
Yeah, I think fundamentally they, from a game perspective, they didn't miss the mark, but from a large engagement perspective, they're missing the mark. I think I'm in the echo chamber, and I think I see that now that I am in the echo chamber with Marathon, because all I'm starting to see now is the same people regurgitating the same thing again and again, and I don't think that a message of the game is, guys, actually the game is really, 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 really good is not coming out of that echo bubble, right? So
I want
that's
to tell you why I think that Marathon
Oh, yeah.
is, I guess not living up to the expectations you had. The very first thing is that Marathon has a branding problem, and that is it is not the game that either the Destiny fans nor the PlayStation fans wanted to see. I think that Bungie forgot who their core fans are. Destiny, for the most part, 90% of it is a PvE game. PlayStation fans, that appreciate story related content and everything, that is PvE type content. And they came out, those two powerful brands came out and created a PvPvE game without creating, at least having a PvE mode. I mean, that is just so fundamentally misaligned with who your core audience is. That is actually surprising that they were able to do that. That is a huge gaffe. I think you get Marathon and you give it a PvE mode, right? And you give it like a strong story-based narrative that can be explored entirely through that PvE mode. Even if that PvE mode is co-op with other people, like I guess you could try that, but even better if you can make a single player. And suddenly you have a lot more interest from the people who are actually interested in those brands. Again, Destiny, by whether it's one or two, it's like 90% PvE, and like there's only like 10% of PvP, and quite frankly, nobody really cares. Like the masses don't really care about the PvP mode in Destiny. And again, I've always said this to PlayStation. If you're going to make live service games, make PvE live service games. I don't know, this would be bold to say because obviously it's tied to another title, but I think that the Legends mode for Ghost of Yotei is going to do much better compared to its budget than Marathon did at launch because it is aligned with what the PlayStation audience likes. It's a PvE game. And again, there's just such a huge hole in the market for PvE. PvP experiences, guess what? You get compared to Arc Raiders. You get compared to Battlefield 6. You get compared to these, Apex Legends and just tectonic things. And it's like PvE, exactly. I get it. I get that it is a unique thing and that, it is kind of filling a niche. But the problem is that it is too niche and it is not the niche that your audience actually wants you to fill. That's the problem. Guess what? Forza Horizon is a niche. That's a very fucking, like that's a niche game. But it is the niche that Forza fans want to see playground feel. That's what it is. And these companies, it's like, I don't know. I guess they have a good idea, and then they're like, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? But it's like you forget who your core audience is and what it is that they come to you for. Again, first of all, Bungie, complete garbage acquisition by place. Proven more that they could never redeem those $4 billion because they've done nothing for the PlayStation audience. And you've just shown once again that
Even
this
less.
game was developed for PC first, right? And with very little consideration to the actual PlayStation customers that they are supposed to be, I don't know. I guess they're supposed to be like our step uncles now, like they're not part of the family, but they're kind of related, but not with blood. Like they married their aunt or some shit, even though they should be clearly on the PlayStation just fully and be a PlayStation studio. But we have this weird dynamic. But yeah, it's like it's completely irredeemable. And again, they did not care to cater to what a PlayStation fan would typically want, So best of luck to them. Like Craig said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Maybe they'll find the people. But I think those people are primarily going to come from PC and other platforms, So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But one thing for me, when I saw the UI design, right? When I saw the UI design the first time, I looked at it and I was like, this isn't designed for controller. This is completely
PC.
designed around PC. This is
sure.
complete just the way it looked. I'm like, dude, this would be such a nightmare to navigate on a controller. There's not even a point in pretending otherwise, So I don't know. I feel like Marathon will come out to be the worst PlayStation project that they came out with, barring Concord, I guess. Concord is a failure because nobody bought it. Marathon is a failure because it's a good game that PlayStation fans did not want to be made. That's it.
Mhm. Well said. Well said. So now on to the topic: dynamic pricing. To finally finish off the show, dynamic pricing. So Sony's apparently testing now dynamic pricing. So now, for those who don't understand what dynamic pricing is, it is something that companies have already implemented. For example, Amazon. So what it is the sale of a product, whether it's pricing, the pricing of a product is based on the user habit. So they can tailor pricing specific products per user based on their shopping habits and stuff like that, right? Now, some people see it as, oh, it's talking about sales. It's talking about, providing a sale to a specific user based on their habit. Hey, here's a sale about $49. But what I have learned, and I've seen it for myself, is when I'm logged off, when I see a sale, I'm logged off of, let's say, Amazon and it's new user, and I use what you call it? Oh my god. Uh oh my god, I forgot the name of it. The apps that blocks your IP. Holy cow. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
what they call
VPN?
VPN.
yeah.
Holy shit. Why did I, I'm getting old.
Yeah, I was locked
VPN.
out for a second.
Yeah. So, I enable VPN and I'm logged off, right, to see the sale. And I seen like the price. I'm just give you a random example. Some item, whatever, for the kitchen is like $29. I take off VPN, I log in, the price is $39. It's still on sale,
Yeah.
but it's $10 higher than the unknown user whose VPN is based off out of Texas, because that's what I did. I picked Texas. So people in Texas could get the same item for $29, but I was in California, I gotta pay $39.
Wow.
I
That's
did
crazy.
the.
But now the
same
original
test.
price of the item is like $59. So yeah, technically I got a sale, but why am I paying $10 more than somebody in Texas?
Because you buy games.
You see what I'm saying? But it wasn't a game, it was a
Yeah.
kitchen item.
Mhm.
So this goes to anything. So what it is dynamic pricing for me, I think, is how can they minimize the price reduction? You understand?
Mhm.
So it's not really going to give a user sell. It's more like we don't want to give users too much of a sell.
Mhm.
You understand? They want to drop the price in accordance to, in other words, they want to minimize how much sale it is. So instead of saying, hey, this price is $29, because obviously they sold it for $29, so everybody could get it $29. No. We can't give everybody this item for $29. We got to level it out, and we're going to do it based on your habit and what we think you will tolerate as a sale. You know, now for most people, they're not going to do the research. They're just going to stay logged in on their app, whatever. They see the sale and they accept it. But once I learned about dynamic pricing, I was that, I was extra, I was that dude like, oh, I'm going to figure this shit out. I'm going to use VPN. I'm going to do that. And I've done that. I use VPN to trick Amazon where my location's at. And the prices, rarely does it happen. Most of the time it stays within the same limit. But there's a few times I got stuff for $10 cheaper.
That's crazy.
But I think they changed it now. I think now they go by address of delivery, and not by location of where you search the part. So now I think it's more based on, because now you could save your addresses and where you put stuff, whatever. So I think now they go by delivery of address. So now you're screwed either way. But to me, dynamic pricing is a company's method of mitigating or minimalizing their sales of their product by adopting it per user. So that way, like, if a product could go on sale for $29, normally it's just $29 and everybody buys it for $29. But in this case, they don't want that to happen. For some users, it's $29. But other users, they could get to sell something for $39. So in this case, for Sony, you log on to PSN, right? A game that might interest me because I'm into those type of games, I might get a $49 sale. Right? And then I come to the podcast, I'm like, hey, yo, I bought this game, it was on sale, I got $49. And the stream goes, well, that's quite strange. In his conversion rate, he got it for $29. And I'm like, you got it for $29. How the hell you got it for $29? You see what I'm saying? And I think that's why I don't like dynamic pricing. For storefronts. Especially when the storefront is your only way to buy digital games.
Gotcha.
Now some people argue with me on Twitter saying, oh, but we got that in the consumer market. You go to one store, it's priced one other way, and you go to another store. I'm like, yeah, that's where you choose a different store. But when you're buying stuff from one store and that's the only store you could get it from, what recourse do you have? You don't have a choice. Now, luckily, we do have one way out, unlike, it's, physical. You just look for the physical version. Sure. Assuming you have the disc drive. If you bought the PlayStation Slim, you bought the PlayStation All Digital and not the Slim one where you could at least buy a disc. Let's say you're stuck with the original All Digital, you're just stuck with one store. So whatever price they give you is whatever price. It doesn't matter if your cousin one town over gets it cheaper. This is your price because it's based on you. So you have to pay $10 more. That's why I don't like the whole dynamic pricing, especially in locked ecosystems of software. That's just my thoughts. Anybody else has thoughts on dynamic pricing?
Yeah. If you're gonna do dynamic, I get why you do it. It works. It's to get people into your ecosystem, not to get people into your ecosystem, but it's to get people more engaged with your ecosystem. So like, I completely get why they do it. Just keep the same energy for everybody. Like, don't punish me for being a day one buyer for Sorrows, for God of War, you know what I mean? If I like to buy sports games and I'm not buying the new fucking WWE 2K, shoot me a fucking discount. Like, entice me to want to do it. Don't just do it for the people who don't spend money, you know what I mean? Just keep that energy for everybody. You know what I mean? That's my
that's the thing. No. So let me give it a say. So let's say you don't buy WWE. You will actually benefit from it because they'll try to sell it to you for $29. But let's say Henry is a fan of WWE, but he just didn't buy day one for whatever reasons. He'll get it for $39. You'll get it for $29. Henry will get it for $39.
No.
So you'll get a deeper discount
because I spend a lot more money on the store than a Joe Schmo who turns his PS5 on once a year. I'm not gonna get those. You know what I mean?
The big discounts.
If you're gonna do dynamic pricing, do it for everybody. You know what I mean? Don't punish me for not giving me deals because I buy Sorrows day one, I buy God of War day one, I buy all your games day one, fucking Resident Evil day one. But like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Just keep it.
I have a quick question. Have Sony actually been doing this?
They just started. They just started. No, they just started. They did a test.
They've been doing it in other countries. Yeah.
Yeah, they're testing it out.
So,
and Nintendo president talked about it last year. So Nintendo might eventually be doing this. In my
Um,
opinion, I think
The
anyone
lady
who
from
had
PlayStation
Microsoft already
talked
does
about
it.
this year.
Yeah,
The lady from
Microsoft.
PlayStation talked about this year. Remember they
Intel.
said they're gonna like
Yeah,
they're gonna engage.
Microsoft
They're
already
gonna
does it.
try
They
to
have target. They call it targeted pricing.
what the hell
They
did that
already
lady
done
say
it.
at the beginning of the year? That they're gonna
Lin Tao,
like Lin Tao, what did she say
the
about
CFO.
like
Well, she says, but this is again for the console to mitigate raising the price of the console. They'll try to extract more revenue out of
Well,
the consumer base.
that's why this
Yeah,
makes a lot more
this
sense.
could be
You know
it.
what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
but the problem is that the issue that I have is a self-interested, right? I do buy a lot of games, and as a result, I think that I will get less discounts compared to
No.
someone who hardly buy any games because they would want to incentivize the other individual to engage with their store more.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, the more you gain, the more you lose, which is
Potentially.
actually the opposite way around. And actually, they taken PlayStation Stars, right? I used to get points.
Oh yeah.
They took that
Listen,
away from me.
yes.
Now
It was
now
a
they're
lot easier.
implementing. Yeah,
People didn't realize how easy it was to get points on Stars. Literally.
Very,
It
very
was easy to get $10, $5, $20, credit. Easy.
Yep.
It was really, and I'm gonna tell you how easy it is. You can literally look up, right, for the month and says, hey, this is where you get 20 points, 150 points, whatever. Simply just downloading the game and starting the title screen. You don't even have to play the game. You just boot it up, start the game, boom, you get credit, and then delete the game. Trust me, I did it. I did it. I looked at what one game they want me to look at. Oh, play one of the monthly free games that we offered you, and you get 25 points. I'm like, okay, downloaded it, booted it up, looked at the thing. Yep, I got my check mark, deleted it. It was that easy. It was so easy to get points. They made it way too easy. It was like, and I was all about it, but
Yep, I used it.
I will say about the dynamic pricing. Obviously, it's scammy. I think for example, if you have a situation where a game is on sale and to the general audience or to somebody like Valkyrie that is brand new to PlayStation, and she gets a game for 70% off as an offer to her, and then I go onto my account where I have been, let's say, more active than she has, and I get it for 55% off instead. That is extremely scammy, and that is not what should be happening. And you know what, people? At the end of the day, we're not going to win this fight without your politicians' involvement, because at the end of the day, it is governments that must set rules against these type of things. So go and vote for your local.
Yeah, we're too
laws
busy
and
fighting
everything.
Iran, so we ain't got time for that.
Exactly. So
We ain't got time.
the truth
Listen,
is that
gas
though, we
gas is
cannot.
about to get up. All right, so
Gas
we
is
were
what?
promised gas is about to go
Oh,
up,
have you
dog.
seen
Yeah,
gas in LA?
petrol's about to go up.
Right.
Have you
It's
seen
right,
Petrol.
gas in
right.
LA right now? It's like $8 a gallon.
Yo, what's up? I'm glad I left LA, dog. Boy,
God,
I would have bought me a
And we all know
thank
that
bicycle.
a gallon
for
is
not
not the
making me
real
want to go
unit.
to my fucking
So-
Yo,
city.
listen,
Damn.
everybody driving a Tesla's like this.
Nerds. That's exactly what they're thinking.
Oh boy, I'm
Like, all
about to
those
buy me a
jokes you made
Tesla.
about
I'm tired
all
of
those
this shit.
jokes you made about plugging in my car. Look at you.
Look
Fuck off.
Listen. Do you know who's even better than the people driving Teslas and electric cars? People
Who's
that?
riding
Who?
bicycles. Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
listen,
get yourself
you know
a
what?
license,
It's time to get our
personal
steps in.
transport.
It's time to get our
Exactly.
steps in.
Get-
You know,
And
you
if-
work
and
at
if
8,
I-
you
if
wake
you
up,
are
you gotta wake up at 3 in the
buy
morning.
yourself an electric
Extreme.
bicycle,
You
it
know.
will take care of it for you.
Extreme. If
Oh,
I was on my motorcycle, I would ride by you and kick your ass off that bike.
Road rash? Like road
Oh
rash?
no.
Road rash. Yeah, everybody that game. Oh man,
That
but
was a
yeah.
great game, actually. That was a great game on the
So,
PS1.
so
They made
dynamic.
two of them, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Road Rash 2.
They made
That was
a lot.
EA.
I
Wasn't it
don't know.
EA made that? Didn't EA make that
I
game?
think
They
so.
did.
I can't
It
remember.
I
was.
think it's
It
EA.
was.
I think that was on Genesis, wasn't it?
It was on
It was on
Sega.
PlayStation. That's how I remember.
It was on
PlayStation.
Sega
It was.
too.
Road Rash. So,
Wherever
so
they could
anybody
put-
else?
Yeah.
Anybody else thoughts on dynamic pricing? Anybody experienced dynamic pricing? Because I gave you a little bit of my experience.
Yeah, I think
Amazon
I
is
did,
notorious. Amazon's notorious for that shit.
Now
God,
that I think about it, I think I got it through PlayStation. Now that I think about it, because I would see on Reddit that PlayStation Plus was on sale in January, and I think I got it for like 120 for the year, and I saw someone pay like 100. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it could be that they're in another country in the
maybe, right?
rate,
But still, it just doesn't
but still,
feel
I
right.
was like, ain't that about a? I mean, either way, I didn't pay once. Thank God that goes on sale, dude. Fuck.
Oh man. Okay. Anybody else?
Well, the last thing is what you said, right? In the short term, best way to protect yourselves is always have a disc option, okay? Because when you have more retailers to choose from, when you have marketplaces that you can buy
Physical.
secondhand from, always never go fully digital. Even if you think you're going to have 90% of your games digital, give yourself the option to have the physical version. Because you can borrow some games from the library. There's ways to get,
or people just like have games laying around. They be like, "Hey, you want some of these games?" You're like, "Oh shit! All right, I'll take them."
Yeah, exactly.
Or borrow games. Yeah, that's why I always give myself the option for
and this
physical.
is why when people say part of the reason why people say that that the next PlayStation won't have a disc console. First of all, Sony is a global brand. They owe the global audience because the Americans. Some of you don't even have good internet, which is shocking.
Yeah, even here in America. But imagine the rest of the world. Yeah, I know.
Those who
just
do
go
have
to one
good
of my
internet,
streams. I always disconnect from the damn internet. And I got
and he's in
internet.
LA. And he's in LA.
I got good internet. That's what's fucked up. I got good internet.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, first always have that. But second, always keep your physical disc option. Never commit to that. And because the third thing is that, again, if Sony decides to ban your account for whatever reason, right now the laws don't protect you. If you've got 1,000 games there and they decide to ban your account because some 5-year-old reported you, in a Call of Duty match or something like that, yeah, you get access to none of the things that you purchase. That could be tens of thousands of dollars when you take a look at it. Physical is best, Yes, it is annoying to keep them, Obviously, you have to go get up and change your disc and everything like that. But guess what? If your account gets banned, all your games work on the next account. So there's that.
Okay, there you go. Any other thoughts?
Game's actually on the disc.
Anybody have any more thoughts on dynamic pricing? How about you, Cram? I'm surprised you didn't say, well, you just got to dynamically get it ready.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't really have a
surprised.
problem with any type of dynamic pricing. I'm
Really?
in Kentucky, so, yeah, I don't care. I mean, either you're gonna buy
just get it
ready.
Just get it ready.
He's ready.
Yeah, just get it ready.
Just dynamically get it ready.
Yeah, just get it ready dynamically.
One thing I would say it's interesting is I'm sure Xbox has done it in the past, right? I'm sure Steam has done it in the past.
No, Steam has not actually. Steam does not allow dynamic pricing. No, so I'll give props to Steam. I give props. Microsoft does it, but they call it targeted. They call it targeted pricing.
Okay.
Ooh. But Steam does not do dynamic pricing. Whatever the price is. I mean, they have regional pricing, but that's because of currency and stuff like that. That's normal. But if a game is $29 in the US, it's everyone in the US. $29 flat. No one gets a different pricing. So
well,
that's true.
I give Steam that. I give Steam props. I give Steam props for that.
They just do badass.
That doesn't mean they won't change. Things don't change.
Right.
You know how it is. Nothing's today's prices, not tomorrow's prices. That
not today's price.
Yeah.
It is true.
So it's just how it is. So, but yeah,
those sales are so good they make you want to slap your mama.
All right, let me get one more super chat. We got the genius with the $10 super chat. Says MS being vague as usual. Helix won't do emulation when they say it will play Xbox and PC games. I imagine it will play anywhere titles. Not all devs are on board, so no GTA on that. Yeah, we don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of vagueness.
We'll know tomorrow. Yeah,
we'll see. Tomorrow. Hopefully.
14 hours.
I'm saying hopefully they talk about it.
Hopefully.
What if they don't talk about it? What if they don't actually answer the questions we have?
No, we have to squeeze the shawarma. That's all you have to do. You have to start squeezing the shawarma.
All those motherfuckers do is dance around the questions anyways. Like, hey, it's fucking Starfield.
That's true.
The four games are not the four games.
You saw they do a lot of, they're Muhammad Ali. They dance like a butterfly, but they do not sting like no bee. They just keep dancing like a butterfly. And just stay dancing.
But those questions have got to be answered,
yeah,
or at
I
least
agree.
asked. I mean, if she dodges the question, that's one thing, but yeah, hip hop gamers over there. So if he gets a shot at getting some questions in, I think he'll get the right. He'll ask the right questions. Hopefully,
The guy that said Steam was going to be on PlayStation.
Well,
Same guy that said
he's going to elaborate. He will be elaborating on that later on in the summer. He said.
That ain't happening. Steam on play. I know I heard that. I'm like, I'm not even like you gotta stop that. He may be wrong. He ain't gonna stop that.
He may be wrong.
Absolutely will be wrong.
He will absolutely be wrong.
Absolutely wrong.
He will absolutely. He also said Nintendo's gonna put their games on PC. Yeah, forget. Like, bro, I can't believe he even said that. Yeah, I can't. Ain't nobody on the planet believing that one. He's like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he even believed it himself. Nintendo on PC. Okay, right. But I guess that's another conversation for another day. We'll see what happens.
We'll
see.
Depending if they don't ask her, if she doesn't, or if she dances, then we have to start squeezing the Sharma, which I'm fine with.
Fuck.
All right. Squeeze the Sharma.
I'm playing Resident Evil.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
You guys have
and with that,
right?
so Chill Will, say your outros again.
Your
Yeah,
time changed. Okay.
That's why it was an hour earlier. Oh yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, now you're wondering now how could that happened the last time. You know what? I gotta send you a message in Twitter. I'll be like, hey, our time changed. I'll let you know. I gotta remind you. But you gotta remind me when the time changed to remind you that the time changed. Because then I won't send you the reminder.
That's a catch-22 then. I'm gonna need you to remind me so I can remind you
that the
I'll
time
just
changed.
remind you because I get notifications. I'll just remind you. It's fine.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, thank you. One of us is going to be, actually.
Yeah, that's how she monitors.
That's your monitors.
One person
All
of
of
this
you.
entire
It's
panel.
okay.
Thank you, Valkyrie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got to get the freedom time change. All right, Chill Will, get your outro going. Did you post the link? Because Glenn's is clocking me. He's holding me accountable. So, so you posted the link in the chat?
There it is.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, yeah. P-Rock, appreciate you for having me on. It was a great show. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. But yeah, I posted my link right there. You guys can follow me on my YouTube channel. I like to play survival horror games. I just did my first walkthrough of Resident Evil Requiem. I got a Insanity run planned for later this week. But yeah, man, hit that like button. Have a good one, fellas.
Extreme?
Yo,
wait, is the link in the chat? I don't see a link in the chat.
Oh, why?
Because apparently I'm responsible. So link in the chat, please.
I'll put it there.
Everybody wants to know.
But since I didn't get to speak to these panel members, what I'll do is I'll start a stream after this for Slay the Spire 2. If you haven't played Slay the Spire before, it's like chess with cards. That's the easiest way to explain it. So it's cool.
So you're the reason why nobody's playing marathon. See, it's guys like you. See, never cater to PC gamers. Never cater to PC gamers. Never cater. All right, Henry, can you put your link tree in the chat, please?
Yeah, I've done it 3 times.
I would appreciate that.
Here we go.
Glenzer, I'm doing my best right now, brother.
So, hey guys, hit the like button. Follow Extreme. Follow Chill Will. Follow Sean. Follow Brother Craig. And my link tree is in chat. And look at us, how our chat grows. We have a whitish guy now, and then we have an Asian, and we have an Asian lady. So let's go DEI, right? Let's go. We're going broke.
The podcast is woke. I mean, what else do you all want out there in your
It's woke because it's block already. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sean K. the King. Can you put your link in the chat as well? I would very much appreciate it.
I will do that now. So you can follow me at Sean K. the King. I actually trophy guides, I should say platinum trophy guides, and also game walkthroughs. I also will be doing Requiem tomorrow. I still have to beat the game. I'm not there yet. But I mean, I still got Fatal Frame that's also coming this week, and also Planet of Lana 2. So I thank P-Rock for the podcast. Shout out to the chat, and also make sure you hit the like button.
Yeah, I'll be there. I don't have to worry about spoilers no more. I want to watch your playthrough.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
hell
I mean, hey, I know the.
Henry, I added you as a
ain't
mod,
gonna-
so you should have no problem adding your link now. So Henry, I added you as a mod,
All right, cool.
so you should be able to post your Linktree link. Okay, Valkyrie. Oh, thank you for posting your link. I appreciate it.
There you go.
Because Glinzer's on my butt. I'm getting chewed out,
It's
so
like, right now, I feel like He-Man, like holding up the sword. I have the power.
yeah.
So
I'm being held hostage on my own podcast at this point. It's just like,
more
holy
mods
cow.
than
So
there's more
thank
mods
you.
than members here.
There's a whole lot of mods, yeah.
The whole chat is mods. They're modding each other. This mod is socialist.
Oh my god.
This is socialism in this channel. All right, so Valkyrie, please give your outro and thank you for posting your link.
Oh, that's not my link. You guys don't want to follow me unless you want to watch an octopus get squished constantly. That's my
Yay!
Watch her get like 10,000 views. Like, because you know how YouTube like the silliest things blow up. She's just getting an octopus squish for like 2 hours, and she's like, "How come there's 3,000 people watching me right now?" It's just like,
Yeah, I want to watch. Why is it getting squished? Or smushed? What happened to it?
Because he's getting it ready.
Octopus.
Is it getting ready?
it's getting ready.
It's ready.
Behind it.
Getting ready to eat it. I
Nachos ready.
guess. Smush it.
Nice.
That could be my thing on every game. How many times can I die as quickly as possible? The opposite of all you guys.
That's it. That's it.
Clearly.
All right. All right. Okay.
She didn't see my
Alright.
stream.
All right. She said, "You want to see
Hey,
death?
I do want to see your stream because I had my nephew ask me yesterday because he's used to be watching. He's like, "Can you play Pokemon or are you watching that gaming stream again?" And I'm like, "Nah, he's not playing today."
No, okay.
So he knows.
He knows. He said, "Can we play Pokemon now? Because I really don't want to watch this guy just die for an
Just
hour."
die. He sucks.
It's like, I don't know why you watch him. He's just dying. He's getting nowhere. It's just like, that's
Paul
awesome.
Walker sucks at video games.
Okay, he said Paul Walker. He's like, why is Paul Wall playing video games? What happened? And where's his gold teeth? He sold it for the PS5 Pro.
Oh, jeez.
That's how you know he had to get a Pro.
Oh.
All right, Craig, the voice of Helix. Can you post your link as well?
It's in there. It's in there.
Okay.
I
All right, you
posted
heard that,
it earlier.
Glinzer.
Yeah, it's in there.
Get it
So
ready.
make sure you follow everybody here. If you're struggling on Resident Evil, Sean is playing through and Chill Will's already beat it. So if you need to cheat like I do, especially on those puzzles, 'cause I'm trying to get through the game. I'm not trying to solve no puzzles. Make sure you follow them as well. And I'll be on tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna squish an octopus. Well, maybe I will. I may squish something. So, but yeah, it'd be an open chat. So I'll be in this Discord.
You got the Diddy oil ready to squish some octopus?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I have the oil. I had the oil out last time. Yeah, so squish something. I don't know. Well, Henry, you watched it. I had the oil. I had the Diddy oil out. I'm like, here you go. Y'all come on up here. Knock me down. And so this be there. It'll be like, I don't know, it's 10:30 Australian time, so 8:30 Eastern time. So early, get a cup of coffee and get it ready because it's a smoke show. So you all need to come on up. Don't be scared. These kids are scared. So don't do that. Just come on through and hit the like button. Share the video. I may squish an octopus or squid or something. I have to go out and get something, a worm. I don't know what I'll do.
Shout out, brother Craig. Shout out, brother Craig.
Oh man! All right.
I'm not gonna lie. There was one puzzle in Resident Evil. It was like the easiest shit, and it fucking stumped me. I was like, God damn it! I felt like a fucking moron on stream.
Yeah, and you did it live on stream.
Hey,
listen, man.
Use no walker, brother.
It's like there's a saying: never do math in public.
Yeah, right.
Never do math in public.
Well, 2 plus 2 is 22.
All right, finally we got I got the free version of Entity, so I don't know if I have to pay to get him post links. I'm not paying. So if he posts his links, if he doesn't, it's because I got the free version of this AI. I think to get him to to get him to post stuff in the chat, that's like the $29.99 month version. I'm not doing that. So Sorry, Glenzer. That's one person. I can't control that. That's AI. Listen, go get Copilot. I don't know what to tell you.
So I guess from my side, hit the like button. Two things. Number one, I think there's a movie on Netflix that is called War Machine, supporting my fellow AIs being in movies. Go AI. The second thing is, of course, if you have an inkling in any shape or form to try out Marathon, please do so. Fundamentally, the game is good. It's just, for
He's
God's
begging
sake,
people
I
to
don't
play
want-
Marathon. Please.
I don't want another Titanfall 2 to happen. In 5 years' time, people say, "Oh, why didn't people support Marathon?" Well, duh. Everybody should have. But anyway.
Right.
But
Here's
yeah,
my answer.
That's it.
Here's my answer to T. No.
Well, in that case, enjoy Crimson Desert.
I'm gonna
Oh
say.
yeah, that is supposed to be coming out. Huh?
Listen, you're not gonna fool me with that game either. I'm gonna wait till after the game launches.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm a patient man. But as far as Marathon, I can't help you, brother. Reinforcements is not coming.
I know.
Not gonna help you. I'm gonna let the game die.
Oh my god!
This is what you get, Sony, for wasting $3.6 billion. Can we all agree? They let me put it this way. Was there any need for them to buy Bungie? You were gonna get this game anyway. You were gonna get Marathon anyway. That ends up, but that's a whole conversation that I'm about to pull a Terabint and start a new conversation on my outro. Right? So we're gonna leave that at there. That's a conversation. Maybe we could talk about it on Friday as more information of all like for example, they still no reviews out on Marathon. Apparently on Metacritic.
Yeah.
They said they wanted people to hold off for the.
It's gonna take them a while to get those.
Nah,
When it
they
comes
I guess Bungie asked the review outlets to hold off for the first month.
It says a marathon. It's gonna take a while for the review outlets to get the reviews out. We'll talk. We'll see.
Marathon, not a sprint.
All right, right.
That's true. That's true.
Let me get something in for Bungie. It's what I don't understand is why hasn't Sony taken those resources on how to make good gunplay and took it to make like SOCOM or anything else that they could have been doing, right? So they own Bungie, so they should be able to take those resources and make some good gunplay games for their
Yeah.
own
Project
franchise.
Gummy Bear.
Project Gummy Bear. That's it.
Or
That's the next
Zombie
one.
versus Aliens. Don't do that.
I hate that name, Project Gummy Bear. Hey, we could talk about it. Who knows? We'll probably do it again on Friday. Probably show up.
Okay.
We'll see how Wednesday goes.
Cool.
Because if Wednesday goes far left, then it's gonna be a me talking shit session. But we'll see. Hopefully we get some good info tomorrow. Hopefully, some genuine good info. We'll see.
Sounds
Anyway,
good to me.
your only friend is YouTube Streets, Porter Rock 77. Thank you so much for rocking out with us with another great episode, 60 Frames No Lag podcast with the crew. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the show. Subscribe, stick around, and don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. We will see you hopefully Friday and see how things turn out and stuff. But until then, we will most definitely see you on Tuesday. Same time, same bad time, same bad place, right? Anyway, we are out of here. You guys have a great night. Peace.
Peace.
Indeed.